Here we go.
You want to be like? Sensitivity equals fucking poverty.
Insensitive culture, the podcast. Check it out, homie.
Welcome to episode 60 of Insensitive Culture. As always, you know me.
So what?
You know my guy over here.
And that fool blazer, Ramon.
On the other end, we always have
Jonni.
and we are.
Insensitive culture, the podcast. Make sure you check it out.
I almost
There was a
wasn't
little
sure.
delay
I
on
wasn't
that
sure
one.
we were.
It was
I
a little
nervous
delay
for a
on that
second.
one.
I was like, wait, who are we? Oh,
There we go.
Gotcha.
And today we have a special guest in the studio. I have one of my youngest brothers, Brandon Figueroa over here. I have to give him the full name. At 20 years old, you feel good at naming his entire full government name, but I call him Bebo.
Everyone else calls me Bebo, so you can call me that.
But no, it's good to have you, bro. So you can experience this show. He listened. I got him to listen to a few episodes, and he was really excited about it. So why not fucking join the show?
Fucking A.
Why not? It was awesome. You know,
Had every your other family members on.
I know. Why not?
Get your mom on here.
Oh, please, my viewers will tank. Our viewers will tank if my mom comes on here. She'd be like, "What are we doing?" She won't even understand what the hell's going on.
if we could somehow convince Bobby to come on here, I think your views would actually go up.
Oh
Because
yeah.
he's
No,
a
because
character.
he's fucking
He is a
wild.
character.
We had him on one episode and just called in.
He called in. Yeah.
He would be talking about the entire episode would just be about conspiracy theories and what. And you know what? We need to set it up because
I was gonna say, well, dedicate.
yeah,
I could talk him out. I really can.
Oh no,
I
I can get him to. If I tell him like, yo, you got to come onto the show. We have, and obviously like exaggerate the numbers, Bob. We have 100,000 viewers. You need to come onto this show. He will show up, no problem. It'll be great.
People who will listen to him.
yeah. Oh man, I'd be cringing the whole time, but people will listen. And today we actually do have a couple questions.
Couple, huh?
We have a couple questions and some interesting ones. So, so the first one was our boy Obi-Wan Watson.
Obi-Wan hit us. I haven't
He
heard
always
from him in a minute.
he
Every once in a
always
while.
comes
Every once in
through
a while.
when we throw out that flag, and he wants to know what was something that you put off forever. You finally tried it, and now you love it. He even gave us his personal love was country music.
Ooh.
Yeah, he said he hated it forever, and now neither am I.
Can't go there.
But can you think about that? Something that you tried to avoid completely. You finally gave into it, and now it's like your guilty pleasure. If not even a guilty pleasure, if you actually love it. For me, it's like on a music tip. While you guys think about it, on a music tip for me was who was it? I couldn't stand reggaeton for a long time. Like absolutely, like my ex loved it. Would argue with anybody like, "Yo, that shit is trash." Blah blah blah. And now it's probably the majority of what I listen to when I actually listen to music.
I don't know how, bro.
Granted, it's completely different now because it's more of the trap beats with the Spanish stuff. But yeah, that's one of my guilty pleasures.
How did that happen? Who got you into it?
I just started listening to certain artists, like they would come on the radio or some shit, and online. And then I gave it a chance, and then my boy started listening to it, and then I just was just like, you know what? Yeah,
got you.
I like it. Like, this is my shit.
I just can't like the constant. It's the same beat for every song.
That's the old style of reggaeton that I couldn't stand. It was that boom, boom. Like that's
They
what
still
I
do a lot of that though.
They do that, but now
little
they have certain artists like Bhad Bhabie isn't like that. It's more of the dope beats with
They switched it up.
with good lyrics and shit. Anuel, there's like certain artists that they follow with that, and that I could get into. There's the older artists that are still making music that still try to follow that same formula. I can't get into as much. Can you think of something, Dave?
I do actually. I have one.
What is it?
Subtitles.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, you couldn't stand them before?
I could not stand subtitles.
watch it.
Any movie or anything with a
movie,
subtitle?
TV, I didn't want to fucking read. I was always like, oh, if I'm going to watch something, I want to fucking watch it. And I was watching I had a friend over who had bad hearing in one of her ears. And she was like, we were watching like Game of Thrones or something. She's like, can we turn on the subtitles? And I was like, sure, why not? Like in Game of Thrones, I don't know if you remember, like, those, a lot of times it was hard to hear what the fuck they were saying towards the end, battle scenes and shit. So like we watched that episode and I left it was like on my HBO Max, well, the HBO Max that I steal, but I left the subtitles, on in my app, dude, and I started watching more shit with subtitles. Then pretty soon in my Netflix, I turned on Netflix and I was like, why aren't there subtitles? Like, this is fucked up. I need to, even though I could hear perfectly fine, like I could turn the volume up as loud as I want. I mean, I have my own house, I can blast that shit if I wanted to, but I really enjoy having the subtitles and just watching like Wanda and all these shows, Handmaid's Tale, like
to catch
you
those
get
little
so
things
much
that
stuff
you
and they
miss.
name like the music, you hear lyrics, like it has changed the way I watch it, dude. Like I really cannot do without them.
You get used to it now. Like as a parent, you get used to it. If it's not when the kids are asleep and you don't want the shit to be too loud.
True.
Or if it's B, the kids are being really loud doing whatever the hell else they are doing, and you want to watch.
Fighting
then you have to be able to pay attention to what the hell is going on. So subtitles has been something.
And then that's opened me up to like movies, like foreign movies that I really wouldn't even fuck with, dude. Sure. Like, and just because now I don't have any fear of subtitles. And Inglourious Bastards helped a lot with that too. Because I really love that movie. That was a great. The subtitles awesome movie. You barely even notice them, dude. Like that's how good that shit was. So, yeah, subtitles are now my shit.
When you said that, I thought of two things.
I remember.
What?
When you said that, the question, I thought of two things. Mm-hmm. I thought of rap music because I was always a rockhead. Always liked rock. Never liked rap because, I don't like that style.
Yeah.
I'm not with the lyrics and stuff like that.
And now you're into it?
And now I like it. And the second thing I thought of is cats. I never liked cats.
Oh, I for some reason I thought the musical.
No.
I was like, wait,
that's weird.
You actually like the cats music? Like, we need to dive into this a little bit more. But actual cats.
Yeah, cats because
I fucking hate cats.
Yeah,
I don't know how, bro. You got to give them a chance.
I'm allergic to cats. So
yeah, I am too.
I'm allergic to cats, and there's been one or two where like. I don't know. It's hit or miss because I've been in places where I don't even see the cat, and
That's
my fucking eyes are like watering.
Ooh,
I'm like hard to breathe. I have to go outside, and I'll be like, "Yo, is there a cat?" He's like, "Yeah." Like, oh shit. And then there are some times where it's just like I'm chilling, nothing's happening, and then the cat just jumps on my lap, and I'm like, oh shit, and nothing happens the entire time. So, but for the most part, yeah, cats. People, for me, people who talk about their cats like they're fucking kids are weirdos.
I talk about Cliff like he's my kid.
Dogs are different. I love dogs. I've had dogs.
He's like,
dogs
I love dogs.
Completely
So
different.
you can get a pass because I love dogs.
No, because you can look at a dog and be like, oh, look, he's paying attention. Like there's some sort of emotion. Every single fucking person that tells me, oh, look at my cat and how my cat is looking at me. Isn't this funny? And I look at it and he looks pissed off every fucking time.
He just looks like a cat. There's
he
really
just
no
looks
emotion,
like a fucking
dude.
cat.
They're
There's
just
nothing.
blank.
They just
They're
look
blank.
like a cat.
Yeah, exactly. So cat
Sneaky
people,
ass bitches.
cat people are weird.
Kittens are cute as fuck, though. If
Yeah.
I could just have a little
fuck.
kitten.
a kitten is
I
cute.
could just have it. I just told Ash we could get a cat if we got a kitten. Then when it's not a kitten anymore, we have to give it away and get a new kitten. We always have to have a kitten.
It's just a revolving
give it away.
Fucked up.
I don't want an adult cat.
Bro, so before we get to you, Johnny, because we have to get to you to answer this. But one of the things at the fruit stand that was surprising to me was the amount of people that would come in and say, "Hey, I need to fix this," because literally their cat would come and bite the tip of their of the
MacBook
of the clamshell, and crack their screen out of nowhere. It just
my
comes
God.
out of nowhere and wants to bite the fucking clamshell.
That's because cats are jealous.
Is that what it is? Is they're
You're
staring
spending
at
too
it?
much time with your
with whatever that
laptop
is.
and not
It's
enough
like,
with your
Oh,
fucking
cats
cat.
are very
see,
jealous.
that makes sense.
teach it a lesson.
And then you start
Fucking
spending,
evil ass cats.
and then you start paying attention to the fucking cat, and they're just like, get the fuck away from me, get away.
Well, really,
Cats are fucking.
They don't have
weird.
time for you then.
No,
After they break
exactly.
your
That's
shit.
wild though. I can't believe that you've seen that multiple times.
Multiple times, yeah. And they just be like, I don't know what happened. Like my cat just out of nowhere came out of nowhere and just bit the edge of the screen.
like they got
And-
like possessed or something.
Can't possess. They're fucking assholes.
They're all possessed.
They're
Now,
not. They're fucking assholes.
What really
Cats
brought me
are
towards
dicks.
cats was that one day, I was laying on my girlfriend's bed, and then she left, and then I was sleeping because she has a real comfortable bed, and I woke up and her cat was literally cuddling on me, and I don't really like when cats on me because I'm allergic too, and like if I get one little hair inside my nose, I'll go crazy.
It's
Like,
over.
yeah, it's over. But like for that cat, it just looked at me and like it like saw through my soul. I swear, and I was like, okay, I don't hate you. I don't hate you no more.
We cool. I knew that was coming. I saw him look at the board. I was like, oh, I know what that's about to be. I know what's coming. I thought he was going to hit it with you mid-story, though. Just break them off.
No, yeah, no.
Nigga, you gay.
Oh my god!
Said he was in his girl's bed, dog. That's not gay.
No, the gay part was like the cat saw through my soul. True.
But it did though. Like I'm serious. Like I never.
You
like,
can tell you
animal
can
like
tell
some
he is my
Britney Spears
father's
shit.
son and still is with him like all the time.
Oh my god! I'm with by all the time.
Johnny, so could you think of anything?
We bought you enough time.
I was trying to think of a couple things because I did. I do vibe with Obi-Wan a little bit on that. In that I have I listen to country music when I'm out at the lake
Oh,
house
man.
for sure.
That's got a country
And
music
I
vibe.
found
though.
a couple of jams. Like I basically was trying to I think it might have been more so during the Pando when I was spending mad time there, and I would have like the speakers on mad loud, and I was like, you know what, maybe I shouldn't just only be listening to hip hop and reggaeton this whole time mad loud out the windows. Let me try to vibe with the
Vibe with the
neighborhood a little
neighbors.
bit. And so I just put the Apple Music like country playlist on. And it actually happened to be that I think I went to Apple Music Country or whatever, and I just picked the first playlist, and it was called Happy Hour. And so I just played it, and I thought, and every time that I would be like, fucking put some country music on. Or when we would rent the boat and shit and we would go out on the boat, sometimes I'd play the country music on, make sure, the cops don't stop us and no shit. Right? And so I'm like, I would always play the Happy Hour playlist. And then after a while, I started vibing with a couple of the songs, right? And then it didn't hit me until a long time, like after like 3 months of listening to this shit. I'm like, I think I was out on the kayak or some shit.
Singing that shit.
Got the earworm.
I'm singing along to one of the songs, and then I'm singing along to the song after it, and then I'm like, wait a minute. All these fucking songs are about drinking. And this playlist is called Happy Hour. No fucking wonder. All these songs are about
like, oh, I
fucking
fuck with
drinking
this.
beer or drinking wine or getting wasted. I was like, no wonder I vibe with these songs. But no, that's not going to be my one because Obi-Wan already took that. So I'm actually going to go with something a little bit more druggy. Shrooms.
Shrooms.
Interesting.
Shrooms is low-key my new shit.
How new?
I'd always
again.
stayed away from it. Never fucking wanted to do it.
I've never.
Sounded interesting, but I was like, one day I'll get around to it.
I always wanted to try it, and just when the fellas would do it, I just happened to never be around, so I never
Right.
had
Same.
the opportunity to do it.
Never again.
Same. And I never really like went looking for it or anything like
Exactly.
that. So it
Right.
just, if I wasn't around, I just never did it. And then I don't know if it's because we're all fucking locked up this summer. I think I probably shroomed like 3-4 times.
You microdose
And,
or just
Crush
like
it.
ah,
Well,
an
that's the thing.
kryptonite.
I don't think they were like. Definitely the first time, they apparently were very weak or whatever. So we did a lot, but like it was not the effect that it should have been. Apparently,
Yeah.
And it was a really dope effect, though. It was like
How many grams?
just like it's. I think it was like an eighth.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember. I think it was like an eighth, but it was like not potent or whatever.
Okay.
It was supposed to be the good one or whatever, but that shit wasn't potent. Anyways, it ended up just being like a really elevated experience. Like I was just really happy and high and kind of extra, like just extra drunk. And then the next time it was a much better batch, but again, it wasn't like anything wild. Like as long as I kept moving around and I didn't sit still, like nothing changed, right? Like I didn't ever see like
How
like
people
when I
how
did
people
sit still,
describe
then you
it.
would see like the
nothing
like
like
the
that.
sky would open up and all weird kind of colory type of shit would happen, or I would see like little not ants, but like little black dots moving around and shit like that. But that's only when I would sit still. But as long as I was around moving, because it was like a little not party, but like a get together environment at the lake, and so like as long as I'm chilling and walking around and having conversation and shit was like I was fucking ghosted out, bro. And that was an elevated experience of happiness. Like I was just pure joy, and everything that I spoke about, everything we talked about, every conversation I had was just like love, man. I just loved everything, and I was just happy. I had the biggest, cheesiest smile.
Think a lot when you're
And I
on
was like,
those.
yo, this shit is fun, man.
Yes,
shit is
see,
fun.
I've never tried it, but the only thing that was like at the time I was willing to. The only thing that scares me of trying shit like that is like a bad trip, because like my mind
Sure,
always goes.
yeah.
My mind always goes into, at least at one point in my life, my mind would drift off into negative shit, especially like if I were to get
Right.
high. So I think that's what that really like took me away from any of that.
Me too.
But I was super like I wanted to try it for the longest time, and now I may even like give it a shot. Like let's say next time we go to the cabin, where it's just us for the weekend and we're chilling, and I know that it's good vibes. It's just us, and I don't have to worry about
And you can
anything. I'd be
micro,
down
right?
for some
you could
shit like
just
that.
do half a dose.
Yeah, see, and I would do something like that where it's just like, all right, let me like, what's your normal dose? Let me try a little bit, ease my way into it. I did that. The not shrooms, obviously, but like a day or two ago, I did the Delta 8. But I cut it in half.
You cut one in half?
I cut it in half. I cut it in half because it was like I've taken the full one and it's fine. And then one day I took a full one, and it was good. I was still able to function and everything. Like it's not like what you would like an edible, like what you would like like
Oh,
a
it's
normal
very-
size
it's-
edible. Yeah. It's THC gummy. My boys at
Shout
Director's
out.
Cut Liquids.
Director's Cut Liquids.
So if you want Delta 8, please go to directorscutliquids.com and order some. But since I'm not used to it, when I did the full one, I remember it took me a while. Like it was the first time that I did it where I still had like a long time to go before I went to bed, and it kicked in, and my girl was just trying to talk to me about so much shit. And I got to the point where I'm just like zoning the fuck out. So this time around,
they
I'm
get
like,
mad?
and not only that, no, she don't get mad, but I'm just zoning out. Not only that, but the next day, like I'm so relaxed all night that the next day I'm like a little bit extra tired, from just trying to sleep and shit.
Yeah.
So this time I just did the half to see how it would feel, to see if it's like a nice mellow high where I could function and like keep a conversation, just testing it out. Because I had every urge to just take the whole shit. But I was like, let me see what a half would do. And I did that, and it wasn't a bad experience at all for me. And I didn't feel dumb, high, like too high or anything like that.
It
So
was just like a mellow right there. Just
I was
right there.
feeling mellow, yeah. And then I remembered that, and then went to bed, woke up the next day just fine. Like it was a nice little median. We lost Johnny.
no.
That's all right. Shit happens. Hey.
I blew like a fuse or something here.
Oh, so it was on your side.
It's never good.
Yeah, I got like no power in my room.
I'm already preemptively telling you to go ahead and grab me one.
I got you. Which one you want? Or is there only one kind
It's
in there?
right at the top.
Yeah, it's just the top rack.
Yep.
There you are, brother.
I am basically being saved right now by a battery.
Nice.
I have the Rodecaster plugged in to an iPhone battery. So let's see how long that battery lasts and keeps this conversation going.
When you need a battery,
Power went
we
out
lead.
for those of you who have been trying to figure out what the hell we're talking about and why this conversation so abruptly changed. Power went out in my room that I'm in.
And because
Last
Johnny
day
lives in
this fucking apartment.
and because Johnny lives in New York and everything is remote, we have to deal with technical difficulties every now and then. Luckily, we've gone a long streak, knock on wood, without having too many of these, but it happens every now and then.
Every now and then.
Every now and then.
It
But
happens.
all right, so we'll get to the second question, which was provided by your beautiful wife, Joyce.
Oh, great.
And it's a very simple one because I think we're going to get through this pretty quickly. But how would you rate your looks from 1 to 10? I already said, hey, great. We're all 10s.
We're all 10s.
Yeah, I was just going to say 10.
Easy. Done.
Easy, done deal. We're all 10s.
Let's do it honest.
I mean,
rate.
right now, quite honestly, like I'm a little overweight from the past, couple years, probably the heaviest I've been. I rate myself right now like an easy 7. Like I'm a good 7. Is that the dog?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Let
man.
me see.
It's bad.
Oh,
That's your crib?
Yeah. There's nobody fucking there.
fuck.
There's nobody there, dude. There's fucking chicken bones in there.
Oh, man. Why does my dogs do the same thing?
I gotta bounce, dude.
Yeah.
I have to leave. I'm sorry. I have to.
Yep.
He's all over that shit.
Today is it's deal with obscurity day.
Right.
But yeah.
I will catch you guys. I'm sorry.
See you, bro. So yeah. No, his dog tore a bunch of shit up.
Oh, man.
Nice.
So he has to go deal with that now.
You got like a doggy cam?
Oh, fun times.
Fun times. So yeah. But anyway,
A 7?
deal with
What were we
obscurity.
talking about?
A 7?
Yeah, I'm a good 7. I'm a good 7.
Oh, a 7. You're a 7.
I'm a good 7 right now. But let me drop this weight in a couple weeks, or in a couple months, and I'll be good. I'll be back to my
In a
10.
couple weeks. I'm about to be on your plan.
I think I'm in the same ballpark as you.
Yeah,
7.
7.
Yeah.
That's just young unconfidence.
That's just honesty.
All right, so Johnny, I already know you're rating yourself a 10.
Yeah, I'm a 10 because my wife asked the question, so she knows the answer.
She knows the answer. She knew what you were gonna say.
As you should.
All right, so
I'm a 10 to her. 7
well,
to everybody else.
I wanted to. There's been a lot of fucking birthdays this week, but I'm gonna get through the legends right now. Happy birthday to the legend Eddie Murphy. His birthday was over the weekend on
My
April
guy.
3rd. He turned 60. That was a big one.
Wow, 6.
Damn, 60.
Yep, 60.
Wow.
A happy birthday today. Today is the legend Paul Rudd. Happy birthday. He turns 52.
Ooh.
Wow.
He turned 21.
Yeah, 21 for the the 30th year.
30th year.
31st year. And then happy birthday to the late Heath Ledger. April 4th would have been his birthday, and he would have been 42.
Wow.
Had to. Those were definitely notable mentions as far as birthdays go this past weekend. So I had to get those out.
How many years has it been since Heath Ledger passed?
Heath Ledger passed in. Let me see.
Did he pass?
I want to say 2012.
2012? No, I think
No.
it had to be earlier than that.
I thought he passed before it.
Yeah,
aired.
when did
right
Batman
around
come out? When did Batman
yeah,
come
I think
out?
it was
2008.
like 2008.
2000. Damn. See, I see. That's how far.
Yeah, 2008, January.
Yep,
26th.
2008. Yep. See, Batman doesn't like The Dark Knight doesn't even feel that far.
It was ahead of his time.
Dude, that's years.
Yo, that is wild.
Do you think if he didn't pass away, they would have worked with his Joker?
No,
Like, did they have
it's
plans?
guaranteed. What's his name?
Chris Nolan.
Chris Nolan said that the third movie dealt with the trial, the Joker's trial, and there was plans for up to 5 movies. I want to say he said.
Wow.
Yeah, and because he passed away, instantly he had to rewrite the third movie, and we got what we got, which was still a great movie.
Yeah, that movie's awesome.
I love that movie. Bane was a dope ass character, but yeah, it revolved around the Joker, and then obviously that was killed. They did not want to recast the Joker, so they just
Out of
ended
respect,
it.
right?
Well, yeah, I mean, after that performance, there's nobody that would have taken that over and
Right.
did that. You know what I mean? So it was just like, it's all right. Now we know we just we're just gonna end it, because if you really think about it, The Dark Knight, the way that it ended with him hanging upside down, you know, and he was just like, I feel like we're meant to do this forever. And then the way that the next movie started, it was just years ago. Nothing was mentioned about that time. Joker never came back up. Everything still went to hell, but there was no Joker anywhere. You know, like it just didn't fit with what was going on. So, so you could tell that it was just like a scramble to just release a third movie and be done with it.
I got a good question. Do you
up?
think if around that time we had the technology we do now to, reanimate humans in movies, do you think they would have did that for him?
If
Probably for like a small scene.
maybe, I don't think that they would have done it for a full movie though.
No, yeah, but I think for a small scene.
Yeah.
For a small scene, they might have tightened up like a loose end kind of thing.
Right.
For maybe a scene, like even a good like quarter of the movie at most, and then like wove it into a different storyline. They may have done that, but I don't see them doing a full movie with that shit. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
not a full movie, but probably like a wrap up of what.
Maybe him in prison or something, like Batman visiting him.
Yeah, like going to him for advice for some strange reason for
Yeah, something small like that.
yeah, something small like that where he kind of just went back.
Probably have like a shadow on him,
Right.
Right,
See
of
that.
course. Yeah.
Yeah.
See that happening.
Yeah, I could see that happening. So let's get into a little bit of worldly news. Our man DMX, man, he was hospitalized for a drug overdose that put him into cardiac arrest, and it doesn't look good for our man DMX, man. Initially, sources like one source said that he was a vegetable. Another source said that he suffered the heart attack, but it wasn't confirmed that he's pretty much a vegetable. He has some brain activity. Yeah, that's what it was.
Bad.
A source close to the family tells TMZ that the 50-year-old rapper has some brain activity. Another source said that he was in a vegetable state. The good news was like the very day after they took him off of respirators, so they said he was breathing on his own. However, I was just reading something else on this, and it's just not looking good, man.
Wow. Did they classify what drug it was?
I mean, I'm sure he was on crack and shit like that. Like he would do number of things. DMX had a lot of demons, and he was on a lot of different things. But prayers up to DMX.
Seriously.
Everybody's crying out for him to pray for him. Quite honestly, though, it doesn't look good. I'm hoping that he comes back and everything turns out fine. But we're right now it seems like we're gonna lose another legend this year.
It gives me chills.
It sucks. It really does suck, man.
I thought I seen a photo of him like in the hospital throwing the peace sign.
Yeah, I swear I saw that too.
I didn't see that
legit?
either. I didn't see that. I didn't see a photo of that. But he's been in the hospital numerous times where it could
That's what I'm wondering.
easily
if that was
be
some
like
old
an
shit.
older
Been
thing.
later this
all
year.
of the most recent stuff that I've seen, just saying like he's people close to him are saying that they're not confirming anything really. Like I said, the biggest thing was one source said that he was a vegetable. Another one said that he had some brain activity. So
That's not a good sign.
So just prayers up for DMX. We hope that we're all thinking the worst, but it turns out to be the best, and we'll see what comes from that, man. It's really, really, really sad.
Yeah, and if he does come back, it's not going to be the same.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see exactly what what comes from all of this, and hopefully he just comes back and he's alive and continues to be who he is. But in other news, to bring things other Hollywood news, I don't really know if it's bringing things up. But what we were talking about earlier, rapper Bhad Bhabie,
Oh Lord,
who we all know as the Cash Me Outside girl from the Dr. Phil episode years and years ago.
it's all his fault.
She breaks OnlyFans record by earning $1 million in 6 hours, bro. She just turned. So for anybody who doesn't know, she just turned 18, and when she turned 18, she created an OnlyFans account, and within 6 hours, she generated $1 million in revenue from her OnlyFans account. So that means that there was a lot of
That's kind of
creepy ass dudes who
Right.
was waiting for her to turn 18,
Counting it
kind of
down.
expected it.
counting it down. Like that shit is creepy.
Most of them
I mean,
got
I'm sure she
daughters.
was probably promoting it as a
Oh,
countdown.
I'm sure
too,
she
but
was
still.
too.
She definitely did.
You're younger. Were you following her?
There was always rumors around that once she turns 18, because there's another girl named Malu. She was like another one of those OnlyFans girls. Once they turned 18, she got a lot of money, a lot of creepos straight on her and stuff. And when that came out, actually, the Malu girl, she went on her Instagram story and was actually hating on Bhad Bhabie and was like, it's not smart to show how much money you make and this and that. And then like she lost a lot of revenue because of Bhad Bhabie. And now, there's mixed feelings about Bhad Bhabie getting money, but honestly, it's your hustle, man. I ain't gonna judge your hustle.
Yeah.
Nah.
I mean,
what
yeah.
you
I'm
want.
not.
I mean,
I'm not knocking her hustle.
I'm knocking the creepos that were
Oh yeah, for sure.
Word.
counting
Creep
down
catchers.
the days.
So she generated over $1 million, and that includes $757,000 from subscriptions.
Wow.
$267,000. Let's round it. $268,000 from DM payments, and
Creepy
then
dudes.
$5,500 in tips.
Holy crap.
So yeah, so that's fucking that is wild.
And I've heard that
That's nuts.
that it's not even like that wavy, like her content.
No. Yeah, because
Yeah.
once we heard about this, we had we heard that shit leaked.
I seen the leaks.
So Dave, I wish he was here to claim on it, but we started looking into it. Like, okay, what leaked? Let's see what has already leaked to kind
They
of
did the research.
See, because she's
Our
over
resident
18
porn
now.
expert.
She's over 18 now, so we can look it up. But we wanted to see what leaked from the initial OnlyFans, and everything that we found was like bikini lingerie
Stuff
type.
that's on Instagram.
Yeah, bikini
Right.
lingerie type photos, and she made $1 million from just posting that. Like, it wasn't even like nudes, it wasn't anything crazy.
Right.
Like, she, you know what I mean? Like what's
Well, the thing is that it's basically the realest thirst trap, right?
yeah,
You
For real.
can't show anything. You don't get a teaser or nothing. You have no idea what the content is until you pay the $25-$30, whatever it is she's charging.
It's not even worth
And
it.
you
man.
pay the $30, and then you're like, "Fuck!" There's only like 5 pictures on here, and
and
it's
they're
the
weak.
same shit she puts on IG, like Grimes.
right.
And it's not the only person that has done that. I've
that
seen
Malu
that
girl
shit
did it.
before too.
Malu
A
girl
lot of
did it.
people that fucking you go on and you pay for their OnlyFans, and I seen some meme. Somebody was like, he posted side by side like the pic that she put on IG, and then she like covered up her lower half or some shit with
Yeah.
like an emoji or some shit, and then when they showed like the official pic from OnlyFans, it was just her in her panties. Like, there was nothing underneath it that was like risque. Like, it was just a regular fucking photo. It was like, damn, I can't believe I paid $25 to see this bullshit.
Yeah, my boys on Discord, they found a leak on another Discord chat of all her pictures, and of course I saw it, and it's literally just a little more naughty Instagram pictures. Like, it's nothing really crazy like you would expect to get $1 million out of, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, but it's so
But creepos will pay.
none of that. I mean,
hell
none of
yeah.
that really has to do with being naked. If you have the notoriety, you have the people that are like, you have the followers, you can
Yeah.
make a lot of money. Just like we just talked about how Kim K is a billionaire, right?
She-
It's now she's reached $1 billion. Why? Off of makeup herself and off of Skims.
Yep.
And
Skims?
yeah, she has like a
Tights or
yeah, it's like a tight some shit like
okay.
that. She has like
I
clothing.
don't know how you call them in English. Fajas.
Careful with them.
Oh yeah.
You don't know why they what?
I don't know how you say it in English, but it's a faja.
Yeah, it's a
how
faja.
I
It's
know.
just like it's a garter of some sort.
Yeah, garter. There you
Yeah,
go.
it's a garter of some sort. And it's just like tights. It's like whatever. So that shit, especially for them, it costs literally pennies to make. And then they sell it to their followers
Teenage girls.
for $50, $60 a pop, whatever it is. Especially makeup. I hear makeup is dirt cheap to make. And it's not like it's anything special about the makeup blends that they come out with that have like expensive this or that.
Nothing
Yeah.
exotic.
None of it
No.
really matters. It's dirt cheap to make, and then they're charging you $100 for for like a
Right.
little compact of it, like literally raping you on these and as long and this
I
is
don't know about
this is
literally raping you, but
well
yeah.
yes you know what I mean,
Raping your wallet.
raping
Yeah.
your wallet. And this is the weirdest thing about society, right? Is like somebody that could come up with a concept, something just as good, and you would be so reluctant to support that person. However, if someone who is rich, like Kim K or her sister, what's her name?
Courtney.
Chloe
Khloe
no,
Kardashian. No,
Kendall,
yeah,
Kendall.
Kendall
The Jenners?
Kendall Jenner, yeah.
Kylie.
That's the one, right?
Kylie's
Who does
the
the
billionaire, yeah.
Yeah. Someone like them. It doesn't matter. Name someone in the fucking family. They come out with something, and you will run. You will run to purchase that item and pay, and not even argue it. You will ask your friend who start shit from the ground up for a discount, and then these people will charge $100 for something. You would gladly pay that. Not only that, but the motherfuckers that would pay that, and then once it sells out, charge you double. You would gladly pay that.
Yeah. Easy.
Like, it's wild. It's wild. People like, I don't even want to get into that. I probably shouldn't.
Take a look at Yeezys though, bro.
Yeah, same. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Like shit like that.
You can make a Yeezy
You get it.
shirt.
You have a name behind you, and it doesn't matter the quality. It doesn't matter the design, because a lot of Yeezys are gross looking. They're fucking disgusting. There's a few of them that I like.
now.
I have some on right now myself too. However, I'm just saying, like, there are some where I'm just like, oh, people are tripping for buying those.
Oh yeah,
A lot of them. I probably like 2, maybe 3 designs.
I like one.
The rest of them are just like wild as fuck. And people are lining up to not even just buy them,
Freezing their nuts
but to
off.
buy them off of the resellers who are doubling the price.
Sure.
That's
That shit is
2021.
wild to me. So yeah, congratulations to Kim K for being a fucking millionaire, because you guys want to give her or billionaire, yeah. And you guys
Wow, a
want to
billionaire.
continue to give the family shit ton of money. So in other Hollywood news, Hollywood, Netflix actually buys out the rights to the sequels for Knives Out for $450 million.
What's that?
Holy shit.
It's a movie series. It's
I didn't
actually
realize
one
it was a
movie.
series.
It's actually one movie, but they bought
that-
the rights to all sequels for $450
Interesting.
million.
That's a lot of money.
They're really betting a lot on these sequels.
How
That
many
means
sequels?
I don't even think they really. Okay, so Netflix is plunking down an astounding $450 million to the rights to Knives Out 2 and Knives Out 3, the next 2 follow-ups to the 2019 murder mystery. So 2 movies. 450
Two
mil
more.
guaranteed.
That's interesting.
That's gonna be the next Fast and the Furious, where we're just gonna see 1,000 fucking Knives
not.
Out. I would hope not either. Did you complete
It's
the?
so weird because like the name
Has nothing
was
to
like
do.
very.
it was part of like the ending of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of specific to that story and movie.
Does that
How are you
matter?
making
Does
the
that
Knives
matter?
Out too?
Does that
No, it
matter?
doesn't.
No, it does not.
It doesn't.
They will ride that train
I
until
liked
the
it.
fucking
I
wheels
love
fall
those
off.
shits. That was like
The murder mystery
an
stuff.
Agatha Christie fucking, and then there were none almost.
Yep.
Never got into those type of movies. I don't know why.
I love the Who Done It.
Yeah, the Who Done It stuff.
Yeah.
It's a lot of what was the original one that started all of that? Dr. Plum with Mr. Plum and the blah blah blah.
Oh, that's Clue.
Yeah, Clue was
Yeah.
what started all of that, right? Because it was the game.
Yeah,
then they
Clue was the game.
Then they made a
I think
a
the
movie.
Agatha Christie stuff was like from the books and stuff was early on. I don't know if they made movies of, and then there were none back in the days. But yeah, Clue was like in the early '80s. I think they made that movie.
Yeah, with Tim
Tim Burton. I mean, not Tim Burton.
No, no,
Tim.
he played it.
Yeah.
See, Dave, motherfucker, why do you have to leave?
Right.
Let's see. He would have got it. Tim Curry.
Curry, yes.
Yep. Tim Curry was in a lot of them shits back in the day.
And that's those are like the origins of these murder mystery.
It was
movies.
like the things that made it popular back in the
Okay,
day.
Okay.
You know? And Tim Curry is
He's creepy.
creepy. He is creepy.
Creepy guy.
He's a very creepy guy. But I love him. I love a lot of the shit he's in.
Where do I know him from?
Home
right?
Alone 2. He was in the original It. I don't even
Yeah.
know if you've ever seen that because
No,
I've barely seen that.
That one's pretty like, it's creepy for sure, but like it's a little weird.
Oh yeah, I mean
Yeah,
it's
it's a weird
fucking
movie.
It.
Yeah,
I love the new ones.
yeah. I
Did you
the
like?
new ones
Did
too.
you like the new ones? You fuck with the new ones, Johnny?
I didn't see him.
No.
Nah,
Who was
it's
it?
worth it.
Bill Skarsgård plays a great fucking Pennywise.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of the clips and even a bunch of YouTube videos on it, but I didn't actually see the film itself.
It was actually
Seemed
good.
like he did it well. I
The
think I might have even seen some parts of it. I don't know. I know for sure I have not sat down and watched it.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I'm not gonna lie. The first one was actually they were both actually really good. But the first one with the kids and everything, and that the kids casting was perfect.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It was definitely a movie. Like my girl is super against scary movies, and it was a request on my birthday when the first one came out. And I was like, "Yo, you need to come watch this movie with me in the theater."
Nice.
She watched it, and of course, she was like all against it, but she laughed. Like there was funny parts. It was like it was a good movie. She enjoyed it.
The kids were.
I
good
know that
characters.
she did. She did not watch the second one because she just doesn't like the feeling of watching scary movies. But when you
That's why
watch
I
the
didn't
second one, the adults played such good characters that correlate perfectly with the kids.
With the kids,
And like and like it was such good casting,
Yeah, the
and
casting was
such
amazing.
good such a good script that I would recommend. Like, yo, if you're ever in the mood for watching like a scary movie, pop in the new It Chapter 1, watch the second one. It's definitely worth watching.
What I liked about
I feel-
those. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
What I liked about those is like the chemistry of the kids in the first one is like literally in the second one they can like they like change that chemistry. Like there's still the same chemistry that they have, like the actors.
Yeah.
Like they like shared the same chemistry with
You
the
look,
kids.
they did perfect casting.
For
and
sure.
who was that? The Wolfhard. Who was that kid from Stranger Things?
That's his name, Wolfhard, right?
Yeah. I forgot the first name.
Yeah, me
But
too.
but that same
Ian.
kid was played by fuck, yo. See, I suck
Bill
with
Hader.
names. Bill Hader, and Bill Hader played that role to a T.
Yeah.
They
See,
they,
I
they
think-
did well.
I think I feel like I might have actually seen the second chapter. Like not start to finish, but like somebody else was watching it, and so like I caught it like in parts as I was moving around the house or some shit like that, and saw a good chunk of it. Because I feel like I remember the ending. I remember a lot of parts of Bill Hader, but I know for sure I did not see part one.
It's worth it.
Part one was definitely really good. So I'd recommend you watch that.
Good on Rotten Tomatoes.
And
too.
some
I'm just
some
not in the creepy shit.
I feel you.
Yeah, me either.
I don't know why. Now later in life, I'm into scarier shit. I just have less people to actually watch it with. So like my girl isn't into it. So then I just end up not watching them, or I have to wait for a day when I'm dolo, and then I can watch it by myself. Like that's how I saw the latest Pet Cemetery. There was like a few movies that I saw by myself. And because I just don't, everyone feels the same way.
I just feel like the scary movies, they're all the same nowadays.
They are. They're
They're
not.
just
They're
not
not really
good to
that
me.
scary. It's all just like, "Arr,"
It's the
like
same
jump
shit.
out. It's not. It's nothing too crazy. So in more Hollywood news, season 2 of The Witcher has officially wrapped filming.
Ooh.
So we'll get that soon.
Have you ever played The Witcher?
I've never played it, but I watched the first season and it was great.
You enjoy the game.
Nah, probably not.
Yeah, there's a lot of objectives.
Probably not. What type of gameplay is it?
It's RPG. RPG game.
Then maybe I might like it.
It's real good.
RPGs are hit or miss for me.
Depends on it's hit or miss.
Yeah,
I love them. They're my favorite type.
Like my favorite RPG is Mass Effect.
Mass Effect.
And it was because it mixed RPG with first person shooter, and that was good enough. Like that was good to keep me entertained. Mm-hmm. What I hate about RPGs are the ones where it's like the Pokemon, where you're walking through, you reach an enemy, or even Final Fantasy. What Final Fantasy ended up being, you're walking through, you're like you go through a storyline, you reach an enemy, and then it's like cutscene, and then it's just like, oh, let me
throw something.
Pick this one, and then it's just
answer
like
questions. Yeah.
Like I
what do you
hate
want to
those.
do now? I hate those. Yeah.
Fucking hate those. I hate those.
You like
I don't
the
know if
Elder
Witcher's
Scrolls?
like that.
You ever played those?
Elder Scrolls, I never got into.
It's my favorite RPGs ever.
A lot of people would agree with you. Same thing with like I think I tried what's the
Skyrim or Oblivion?
No. Yeah, those are all the same shit, right? Skyrim or they're different chapters of the same shit, right?
Yeah. Tamriel.
No, what was the one that has to do with like the
Warcraft?
like no. Fuck. Now what am I thinking about? Anyway, it's any game like that. Like I tried picking it up, and it was the same thing. Like usually in those vast worlds, what suffered was the graphics. And back in those days, when I was into gaming, I was real big on fucking graphics. So if the graphics were dope, it kept my attention. Like, oh, I love this. So like Splinter Cell, what was it? Uncharted. Like I had a lot of games that I was really into. Probably the worst graphics that I was really into that had to do with a mass open world like that was like Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, Grand Theft Auto, because those were
the only game I couldn't get into because the graphics suck so much.
GTA?
Yeah.
Really?
See, and
never got into it because I was like, yo, because at the time, and still even today, like the graphics don't match current console quality. Like it looks like an old game to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same game.
But at the same time, GTA has been out for
almost 10 years, I think.
Yeah, almost 10 years now. GTA 5.
Yeah, and people are still fucking playing the same game.
Yeah, because they just keep adding they keep adding the online stories. Like they keep adding to that.
It's boring.
Right.
I don't even
But I'm saying, even at the time when those games came out, I felt that they were behind the times of that time.
Because it took so
when
long
Vice
to
City
create
came
it.
out, like the quality of the graphics, because it was more about the openness, right, and the open world, and it really wasn't so much RPG. It was still more like third person action,
NPCs,
because you were following a story, but then it was also open world, right? And the openness of it is what took all of the computing power, apparently, and they put very little attention onto the graphics, and it was always, to me, like it looked like a game that was 2-3 years old, and I was like, I don't want to play this. It looks old.
Shitty to you.
Yeah, like because I cared more about the quality than everybody being like, but you can fuck hookers and like steal cars and shoot anybody you want.
But you see, even then, like those the Grand Theft Auto games were close enough for me that I enjoyed them. Even with like Red Dead Redemption, which was through same company, Rockstar.
Yeah, Rockstar.
Even that game was like, that one was dope. Like the engines and everything were on point. But then when you got to like Skyrim, it really lacked. And then what is it? Bioshock.
Bioshock.
Yeah. Bioshock. I tried to get into Bioshock 2. Same thing. I would start it. Graphics are like so fucking horrible that I rented it. I remember I rented it. I played a little bit of it, and then I just couldn't get into it because of how horrible the graphics were. And people are big fans of both, but I could not get into it. Couldn't get into it.
But one thing about Skyrim is now there's a mod menu where you can put it to 60 frames. You can up the graphics, like, because I can't play regular Skyrim. I have to put the graphics mod, the patches, the frames, because the game is a shitty game.
But
like,
this is
honestly.
what on what? What are you playing
On Xbox. There's
On an
really
Xbox?
there's a mods menu,
Okay.
and even on PlayStation.
That's interesting. See,
Yeah.
maybe at that point I'd be able to play it, but I never got into it. But like I said, I haven't played video games in like 6+ years now, where where I've been like into it to really be a gamer or even considered anything near a gamer.
You should come try out. I got the new Xbox. You should come try it out one of these days.
Yeah, you know me. When do I have fucking time for that shit?
Yeah, I feel you. Bro.
I don't really have time for that shit. And then in more news, Mortal Kombat 2, Keanu Reeves is in talk to play Johnny Cage.
I am not.
Mortal
with
Kombat
that.
2.
Or yeah, for the next Mortal Kombat.
I am not with
They
that.
haven't even
Johnny-
come out with this combat. They're already talking about the second one.
We know that Johnny Cage is not in this first Mortal Kombat.
I thought he made like a cameo.
No.
He's not in it.
It's another Johnny Cage-esque type character that everyone thought was Johnny Cage, but it turns out he is not.
Oh.
And they confirmed, like, no, that is not Johnny Cage. Johnny
Young.
Cage, that was one of the things. It was just like Johnny Cage exists in this universe, but this is not a Johnny Cage replacement. And now it's rumored that that Keanu Reeves is in talks to play Johnny Cage, which I'm not a fan
He should
of
play
that.
Kenshi. He would be a perfect Kenshi.
I don't even know who that is.
Kenshi, like, here, I'll show you. Kenshi looks just like Keanu Reeves.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. Keanu Reeves, as much as I love him, he's not like a
good actor.
very big. Not necessarily that he's not a good actor. He is. Yeah. I guess it'd be dope.
Look, there's a concept art with him right there.
He looks like Keanu Reeves in fucking Bird. Was it Bird Box or whatever that shit is?
Yeah.
Yeah. He looks like Keanu Reeves with a blindfold. Fucking, but no. As far as like,
Pass.
as far as Keanu Reeves is acting, Keanu Reeves is good in roles that are catered to Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, facts. Like John Wick.
Right. Where he essentially plays Keanu Reeves in this role because this role was written for him. Or there's no big personality to it. It's just like,
Yeah.
all right, we're gonna like that. That's my Keanu Reeves impression.
your
It's
Keanu
horrible.
Reeves.
It's horrible. But still, that's every Keanu Reeves movie. We're gonna go. You're gonna die. That's Keanu Reeves.
See, for me,
Scene.
since
You ready? You ready? Here's Keanu Reeves in John Wick. They killed my dog. You're gonna die. Scene.
where's your boss?
Where's your boss?
Yeah.
He's not gonna live much longer. You made a big mistake. Scene.
That was the
Anyway,
only thing that mattered.
That was it.
But as much as I fuck with Keanu Reeves, it's just like I hear all these roles that he's offered, and I think even he knows. Like he gets up to he gets into those rooms and he's just like, guys, this like, am I gonna be able to act like this on screen?
You move
And
just
this
like
is
him.
gonna be good. I don't want it.
That was accurate. That was good.
That's not accurate at all.
To me,
I
it was.
imagine if he plays Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat, he'll play it like this. I think it's Johnny Silver.
He'd be like Neo.
The Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh,
character.
yeah,
that
I
game
guess.
was dope.
He's always rocking the sunglasses, just like Johnny Cage, but he's got the long hair instead of the Johnny Cage hair.
But is
I
he
think that's what
like
he would
Johnny
do.
Cage? I remember Johnny Cage being like super self-absorbed.
Yes.
And I can't see Keanu Reeves. I mean, I can see him a little bit, but I can't see him being out there. Like, I always remember he's the movie
I don't
star.
think they'll do it
He's
that
the
way.
movie star, and
Yeah.
he's just like, like out there, like, oh, everybody should bow to me kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I remember Johnny Cage being.
You see,
that was the character. I don't think that they'll make Keanu like that though.
No.
If they
can't
end up
do it.
casting him, yeah, that's not him. But they
He's
would
gonna
still
be that
make
quiet
him
person.
pretentious. He would still be pretentious, but not the super self-absorbed, over caricatured version of that.
Slightly.
you see,
It would just be like he'd just be a dick.
Yeah.
yeah, Johnny Cage he's not a nice guy. That's Mortal Kombat 11 is the most recent game I've been playing. It came out in 2019. I still play it. It's one of the few games that I can still play. And while I play that, because it has 2 story modes. It came out with 2 story modes. And Johnny Cage, Keanu Reeves does not fit the criteria for him. Like, he's more of like a Chris Evans. Like, can do probably a good.
Yeah, I can see Chris Evans doing
He could
that.
probably
Yeah, I
do a
can see
good
that.
Johnny Cage, or
I can see that.
or the dude that played Ant-Man. He could
Yeah,
do
yeah,
a
yeah.
really good
Paul
Johnny
Rudd.
Cage too. Yeah, I feel like
Happy birthday, Paul Rudd.
Oh yeah, happy birthday to him. but like a character like that or an actor like that can really portray Johnny Cage.
I would
pretty well.
love to see Paul Rudd in like a martial arts movie like that, where he's
That'd
just
be
like
interesting,
doing some fighting and shit.
like a Taken type shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be great. I would love to see it. It would be so out of character for him that I would love to see it.
because
It's kind of like that new Bob Odenkirk movie that's coming out.
Which one?
That Bob Odenkirk movie is
What's
coming
it?
out, I think, on Netflix. I can't remember what it's called, but it's a Taken style movie. But it's like Bob Odenkirk is a comedian, like that. He's doing these,
Oh yeah. We were just talking about it.
Nobody, I think it's called.
Nobody.
Yeah,
That's
Nobody.
right. That's right. Yep.
Yeah,
That
shit look
actually
fire.
looks pretty good. Yeah, that shit looks really good.
I thought it was a copy of Taken.
I didn't
mean,
even know
it's-
that was his
it
name,
kind of
Bob
is.
Odenkirk.
Yeah,
I didn't know that was his real name.
Yeah.
That there's just like those people that that
just
you
know
see
their
them in
face.
movies and you associate them with the movie and you know them 100%, but never even bothered knowing what the fuck their actual name was.
Saul Goodman.
If you would have just told me, oh, Saul Goodman, I would have been like, oh yeah, I know exactly who that is.
Did you watch
man.
Better Call Saul?
I tried multiple times and I could not get into it.
I got up to a certain point and then I never finished it, but I do remember that. That's how he got the name.
Yeah.
He's
Yep.
Saul Goodman.
Saul Goodman. I think I made it maybe 4 episodes into the first season.
Oh,
Could
no, I think
never
I've
get
seen,
into
like,
it.
the first 2 or
A
3
lot
seasons.
a lot of people really love the show. I couldn't even get through the first season.
Yeah. It was
Sorry.
for what show?
it wasn't as
Better Call
good
Saul.
as Better Call Saul. I mean, it wasn't as good as Breaking Bad, but it was more like I watched it out of reminiscing
Yeah.
Breaking Bad.
Yep.
And
It was
just wanting
familiar.
to see, it was familiar. You get to see the storylines kind of, evolve and learning a little bit more of, oh, this is what he was like before, and this is this person and that person that were all eventually in Breaking Bad. So that it was more of that kind of interest that drove me. And then there was a decent storyline of, himself. I can't even remember his character name in the show. But it was an interesting, evolution of seeing how he eventually became Saul Goodman and started that whole thing. But I never got around to finishing it.
Yeah. Couldn't even get to that first season. So I'm sure people will tell us why we're
crazy.
super dicks for not getting to that, but
I know.
Never even heard of it.
Leave your comments below.
yeah, leave your comments below for this fucking 20-year-old kid. In other news, The Last of Us, the HBO series has begun or will begin filming July 5th in Calgary.
5th. Okay.
Yep.
So maybe next year?
Yeah. So hopefully we'll get that like early to mid next year. And as we know, Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey are headlining the show.
What's your thoughts on that? What's your thoughts on that?
On The Last of Us, I never played the game.
Yeah,
I hear
did
good
either.
things of the game. A
for the
lot of
second
people
one.
are really, really into it. But I'm excited to see it because I don't need to know. If anything, the less I know of the source material, the more I will probably enjoy the actual show. But the fact that people are like really in love with this game, I know that it's going to be a good show, and it's
Sure.
HBO series. They generally do well, and I know that if I ever got back into gaming, this is going to be one of the games that I have to pick up
Last of
because
Us.
it's my style shit. It's my style of games. I love the
Looks good.
story, the graphics, the beautiful graphics, story-driven games that I don't have to play with other people, multiple people. I don't give a shit. Like you can get those mindless games like Call of Duty and all that shit where you just want to play online. But even with Call of Duty, I was one of the people that I wanted to get through the storyline before I went online.
I never played a Call of Duty story.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Most
never-
people
not
don't.
once.
Most people don't. But I enjoyed the
That's
storyline.
the only thing I played. I hate playing online.
Right. I would play online, but I had to get through the storyline.
Yeah.
I was a big cinematic video game player.
That's when I stopped playing Call of Duty. Was when I can't remember which one it was,
They stopped having the
but-
storyline.
but it was like the story mode was like you could finish that shit in 2 hours, and I was like, this shit is ass.
Yep.
I think that's the next gen, the Xbox One version of Call of Duty.
Possibly. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a while ago. It was.
Yeah.
I think it was on the Xbox One. And it might
I've
have been
never been like I would
the last 360. It might have been like the first Black Ops or something like that.
I love playing as like I generally whenever I played Call of Duty, I'd be so far behind by the time I jumped online because I had to get through the storyline first.
Wow.
That's always that's my type of game. Like I said earlier, Splinter Cell, Uncharted, like those cinematic games, those games that like were beautiful when you went through it. Those were my type of games.
A game I strongly recommend you is Red Dead Redemption 2.
Of course.
That game-
I played
That is
the original Red Dead Redemption. That was my shit. And I already stopped gaming by the time part 2 came out. But even then, I even said it. Like if I pick up a PS4 or whatever, like the first games I'm gonna pick up are probably Spider-Man
Oh yeah.
and
Spider-Man
Red Dead
for sure.
Redemption.
Red Dead Redemption.
Like those are gonna be the games that I have to pick up.
You just said my
Double,
two
you
favorite
played
games
Ghost
of
of
all time.
Ghost of Tsushima yet?
I'm not on PlayStation, man. That's one thing,
Oh, that's
bro.
a PlayStation game.
Yeah, that's one thing. I'm an Xbox, but Xbox got terrible exclusives, bro. There's Halo.
Yeah. Well,
for-
the new one's supposed to be good, right?
yeah.
They
Supposedly
got better exclusives on the newer one.
they just bought Bethesda. They make Elder Scrolls games.
Right.
So we'll see and they bought the people that make the Batman games. So we'll see.
Ooh,
Xbox
Yeah,
might
because
have Batman.
I hear those
That's one that I
are
wanna
coming
play
back.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are
Arkham
making a
Asylum.
comeback. People
wanna
are
play that.
waiting for those hard.
I'm waiting for that hard.
People are
Pause.
waiting for those hard. Anyway, so in more comic news, or more Hollywood news,
Hollywood.
there is a trend right now on Twitter that fans are demanding for the Deathstroke series. It's hashtag Deathstroke HBO Max. So
brother.
that they want Joe. How do you pronounce his name? Joe Manganiello.
I think it's Manganiello. I said Manganiello last time, and Dave
Manganiello.
corrected me.
Okay, so Joe Manganiello, they want him to return for a Deathstroke series, and I'm okay with that. Like, it doesn't have to deal with the movie at all, but from the Snyder Cut, I'm interested enough. I've seen this character in that show that you weren't too much of a fan of, the Titans show. You know, I've seen this character played on there by Richie Valens' older brother.
Oh, there was a Deathstroke in that show?
Yeah.
I didn't know he was in there.
Yeah. Season 2 is about Deathstroke.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and
He's dope.
but it was dope, like looking into that character and shit.
Okay.
But now seeing it with Joe Manganiello, Manganiello, I still don't know how to pronounce it. I'm very interested in that. I'm very interested in it, especially that scene, and knowing that it was supposed to be a Batman versus Deathstroke movie.
That would have been fire.
That would have been interesting.
It would have been great.
I don't know. I'm not like, I remember, I really can only think of Joe Manganiello
In True Blood.
as Alcide in True Blood. And like, he was like
Me
an
too.
okay character, but it wasn't anything that I was like, man, he was a great actor. I was so like into his werewolfism and all that shit. So like, I'm like, okay, sure. I don't know what else he's been in that I really can't think of anything else he's been in to be like, yeah, he would play a dope ass Deathstroke. Like,
I don't think
mean,
it's,
other than
it's
that
anything
one,
to
like,
do with him per
minute
se.
and a half that we saw at the end of the movie, it looked like it could be good. And if it's a TV show, yeah, I'll give it a series run and let's see what happens. But I'm not
Warner
like,
Bros. Don't know what's
I'll
going on
watch
with
it.
stuff.
I'm not clamoring for it. You know what
I
I mean?
don't think
I'm
it
not
had
about
to
to
do
tweet
with him
support
as an
for it on-
actor, though. I don't think it had like a big thing to do with him. It's more of wanting to see Deathstroke in
Sure.
a live action movie, series, whatever, like how it was meant to be.
But it seems
And-
like they wanted, more like finish the Snyderverse. There was already an idea for Deathstroke.
Correct.
You already cast Joe Manganiello. Let's finish what you were gonna start. It seems like
yeah,
that's the kind of
and
story.
that little
And I'm like,
scene
sure,
was
but
like,
I
all
don't-
right.
I'm not super excited to see a Joe Manganiello show.
I feel you on that.
One thing I gotta say is that if Warner Bros. Were patient with their movies, they could have made that work. Like if they would have, just,
Absolutely.
like a lot of people would disagree with me, but I think Batman versus Superman was an okay movie. I don't think it was that bad like everyone thinks.
Some people say that even the
Yeah, it was okay.
director's cut was better.
Yeah, the
Like, made
ultimate
it
cut was
better.
supposed to be a little
Yeah,
better.
it was. It wasn't that different though.
No,
Yeah,
I didn't think so.
it wasn't a lot different, but it was a little better.
It explained a tiny bit more.
I think it explained like 2 or 3 scenes that made them make more sense why there was emphasis placed later, but it wasn't.
I just think that Lex Luthor was horrible.
that was a bad choice in
horrible-
Lex
Yeah,
Luthor.
agreed.
It ruined
That was-
his career.
Yeah, that was a bad choice for Lex Luthor. I don't know why they would ever choose him. Who was it again?
Jesse Eisenberg.
Jesse Eisenberg. I don't know why they went with Jesse Eisenberg. Like it went up, like it had nothing to do with the comic book version of Lex Luthor. Like at all, they try to make him like
Too
a
different.
Facebook.
I think that's what I think they were trying to make him, because he did the Facebook thing. I think they were trying to make him like a tech giant in a Facebook way, in a Zuckerberg way versus a Tony Stark way, which is more what Lex Luthor was.
And he was still like bigger than life kind of character,
Mm-hmm.
like a giant, like you know what I mean, like broad shoulders, like
He wasn't a weenie.
big person. And
Yeah.
Jesse Eisenberg just wasn't a good decision
Not that.
on that.
No.
Other than that, there's some news that John Woo is going to produce a Monkey Master movie. I fuck with John Woo movies, man. I don't even know what this is about, and I know it's going to be fire. It's but no, it's the biggest reason why it's even news to talk about is it was a he's set to produce this live action movie based on an unreleased project by Stan Lee.
Oh wow.
So
Okay.
yeah, so it's an unreleased project by him, and John Woo, we know his track record. He's come out with some shit over the years, and he's going to continue this project that he had with that Stan Lee was behind.
Interesting.
Back in the day. So I'm interested in that. I think it'll be good.
That could be dope.
It very well could be. And there's nothing really much more than that, other than the film will follow an archaeologist who discovers an ancient prophecy about the Chinese legend of the Monkey King that brings him to India, where he uncovers a hidden power that transforms him into a modern day superhero.
Sounds dope.
Okay.
Yeah. John Woo fucks with the action though.
Yeah.
What movie has he
He sure
directed?
does.
Do you think I've seen?
That I think you've seen, probably none. Not a damn one.
I mean, I love honesty.
John Woo, he has let me see, something that you may have seen: Mission Impossible 2, Face Off,
Never watched a Mission Impossible.
Broken Arrow, Hard Boiled. Like, these are all like his top movies. And then a bunch of like Asian movies. So just to give you a big heads up on John Woo, he is just a big action star. If you watch any of his Stranglehold, remember that game?
Oh, he made a game?
Yeah, that video game. I bought that one because it had Chow Yun Fat.
In the game?
Yeah, Chow Yun Fat starred in the game, and it's very much very John Woo directed style, where it's like very big on shooting, and like you can
I've seen
slow
this game
shit down.
before.
You can slow shit down and just start like shoot at an angle and like really aim as you're slow motion shooting.
I've seen this
Yeah.
game
It was
before.
dope.
Bullet timing or whatever?
Yeah, kind of like, yeah, exactly. Bullet time.
Matrixy.
But that's John Woo's style. That's what he became famous for, is in his movies, in the Chinese movies that he did with Chow Yun Fat. It would have a lot of those shootout scenes where he shows up, shit goes down, and then it's just like nonstop shootouts
For like 20
like
minutes.
everything is exploding around the character, and he's just like
And
you
not
know,
one
like
bullet hits
those
him.
type of scenes. So I think it'll be dope. I think it would definitely be a movie that we would be down for. And he hasn't directed anything since 2017.
This has been a while.
Wow.
It doesn't seem that far away, but it really is. 2017.
Oh man, and nobody counts 2020.
Yeah. That was the fastest year of my life. I got my graduation taken from me that year.
That's right.
Yeah. I felt like, you ever seen the people that graduate in August? That's what it felt like, the graduation. Like, it really felt like that. I felt like I didn't really accomplish much, but supposedly I did. You know, I had a good senior project working, and it just got all scrapped. You know what made me pass? The little senior project I did in 10 minutes in my bed. I passed high school with that.
Hey man, you're talking to somebody who didn't graduate high school at all. So
Really?
yeah, I didn't graduate high school.
I never knew
I
that.
got my GED.
I never knew that.
You know what I did?
What'd you do?
I was skipping with this fucker, and Swerve, and I went to school for one extra year because my mother was on welfare, and she said that if I left, she would lose her,
Benefits.
her benefits or whatever. That I needed to go for at least one more year, so I stuck out that very last year
Just for her.
just for her to
By
continue.
yourself, right?
Huh?
By yourself too, right? Swerve had already dropped out.
I don't know if he had dropped out. Probably. And I just kind of stuck it out. I remember getting to the point where I was even asking, like, hey, so like if I did everything by the books, like, what would it take for me to graduate? They said, you would have to get, A's this entire year, which is whatever. I could do it. Like I'm not stupid. I just didn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they said, and then even then you would have to come back next year and take possibly like one more class. And I'm like, I'm already here for longer than I want to be. I'm not coming an extra year. So literally I dropped out of school right after that. And then I signed up for GED. And I took classes for the GED. And even then it was just like fucking around because it's like multiple choice and some math. Like I'm not a fucking idiot. I'm not stupid. I don't think I even need to go to this. I think me and Swerve went to the GED class together, actually. We went to Hart Street together.
Yep.
And we both signed up and we both went and we got our GED together.
Yeah,
But I was just,
one.
I know that's one thing I know about myself is like, no matter what people say or think, like, I'm not a fucking idiot. I'm just,
Of course not.
if I'm not into it, if you're not engaging me in any way or form, I'm not listening to you.
Plain and
I'm
simple.
sorry. You're just not on my radar. And that was my downfall when it came to school. But no, I instantly got my GED. So
See, with me in school, I was a try hard. And, in school, I would do my best, and I'll only average like a C or a B, I don't know how. I think it has to do something with my anxiety when it came to the test. I'll be scared.
I definitely have that.
Oh,
I don't
need
take
to
tests
pass
well.
this.
I don't take
I
tests
need to
well at all.
pass this. Yeah. And then that was my downfall, was tests. Everything else was good, but when it came to tests, it was just always, I had anxiety. I was like, they make you seem like they're sitting in your face like, you got to pass this or this and that. And I'm like,
I was just like, all right, well, if I don't get through this, I'm gonna get my GED. Yeah, fuck it. Like whatever. I know you had some notes that you wanted to. He came prepared. I'm proud of this kid. He came prepared.
Yeah.
He wanted to talk a little bit about some Spider-Man shit.
So, have you heard about the Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield and Spider-Man 3 or like the multiverse?
Yeah, everybody wants. Everybody's hoping that they will show up.
Well, there was a leak that the Spanish dub voice actor, when it comes to international releases, the voice actor Roger Pura, I guess that's how you pronounce it,
Sure.
was asked if he had any new upcoming projects that he's going to be working on and doing dubs for. And Roger Pura, the man that does Tobey Maguire, has been along the Spider-Man roles in The Great Gatsby. He does his voiceovers for like Spanish. And he said he had said that somebody asked him in regards if he's working on Spider-Man movies, and he said that he is working on one. But right when this is the crazy part. Right when that dropped, like that got leaked out on the internet, it got deleted everywhere. Like it was completely wiped out. So at this point, they should just confirm it to us.
No, but they want to see. They want to keep that a secret, man. That's gonna be that extra. Look at that. Look at this kid. Look at this kid doing his homework and coming out with some extra shit that we didn't know about.
Yeah, but
Breaking news.
I keep up with that, man. I got Spider-Man tattooed on my leg. That's my guy right there. So I gotta keep up with him. That's my guy.
So we're gonna see if we
That'd be
get
dope.
Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire in this next.
I would love it if it happens.
Bro,
I really want to see what they do.
I want to see Tobey Maguire. That's my Spider-Man, man. That's my Spider-Man.
that's your Spider-Man.
That's my Spider-Man.
Motherfucker, were you even born?
Yes. That's the one I grew up watching. There was no other Spider-Man.
First of all, all of us, other than Papo's in his 40s. He saw the original TV series of Spider-Man,
terrible shit.
which I had I've never seen that before in my life.
I will never watch it.
But no one would. But that's just nostalgia from when he was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the only other Spider-Man before we got Tobey Maguire. So we're all hoping for Tobey Maguire to come back as
That would be dope. That would be
like
so
no one
fun.
cares about Andrew Garfield.
both of them. Both of them.
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield, I don't hate as
It was the
Spider-Man.
script.
Even then, those movies I didn't hate.
I didn't like them.
I didn't hate those movies. And then once they were done with them,
I just
Tom
didn't
Holland,
like.
I'm good.
I just didn't like that they were so close after.
Right, that was the biggest
the
issue.
Last
That was the biggest
Spider-Man movie, and they didn't do a different thing like
No,
they
they
did
No.
with
Jumped right
Spider-Man,
into
right? They
the
just-
same
Uncle
story.
Ben
just
shit.
same story beginning and
Yep.
just restarted it. Like I already know how Spider-Man starts, man. Don't give me the same story again.
That's why.
Like,
That's
give
why
me
we
something new.
enjoyed. We enjoyed Into the
Homecoming.
Spider-Verse so much. Yeah, and Homecoming.
And
Homecoming
into the
was
Spider-Verse, yeah.
Both of them. Because they totally bypassed those same stories.
Well,
like,
Into
I
the
don't know.
Spider-Verse was a coming of story. It shows you how Miles Morales gets,
Correct, but it
Those-
wasn't
the-
the
executed
it wasn't the
differently.
Peter Parker.
but it wasn't the Peter Parker
Story.
origin story. Yeah,
Right. I don't care about the origin story. I care that they keep repeating the same fucking origin story.
He gets shot by a mugger.
Same shit. Even
Cries.
with Batman.
Right,
Even
right.
with Batman.
Yeah,
We've
that shit's
seen
yeah.
that origin story to death.
And Superman, all of them.
Yep.
Bypass that shit.
Please,
either bypass it and let's get to a different point in their lives, or focus on a different version of that character from the comics. Like how we were talking about, was it last week or the week before? A black Superman.
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
Like that's gonna be fire for
Hell
them
yeah.
to come out with a black Superman that's from an alternate universe that has a different upbringing
Yeah.
from from a different story that we're used to than what we're used to. So I welcome it, man. I like those changes in the story.
I really
Yeah.
hope.
I mean, that's what
Patterson
comic book fantasies are all about.
Right. So do you have anything else that you think is other than Falcon and Winter Soldier shit?
I just wanted to talk a little bit about Robert Pattinson's Batman and Godzilla versus Kong. Like Godzilla versus Kong was great to me, but I feel like the human part was boring, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Most
The
people
human
feel
part
that
was
way.
boring. Yeah.
They didn't really they didn't put any emphasis on building these human characters.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I think they
I
tried.
don't know if they wanted to. I
but
don't know if I
felt
want
like,
them to.
No, I think they did. I think
They
they
tried.
wanted to. I think
They
they tried with the whole Monarch and the Apex and
Kids.
setting. There was certain things that did link. How the dude from Game of Thrones, when he was in the Godzilla movie, that he captured like the Godzilla King of the Monsters. He had like the head at the
The
end.
Hydra head.
Yeah, he had the Hydra head, and it was in this movie. So there was a couple things, that carried over and whatnot, and the same, guy from the last movie, even though he had like fucking 15 lines in the whole movie, the dad of 11, whatever. How
Yeah,
her
that
name
was
in this movie.
pointless.
Yeah, I don't know
Waste
why
of
he was in
screen
the
time.
movie.
Millie
Yeah.
Bobby Brown.
Yeah, Millie Bobby Brown's
there for the check,
like
honestly.
father.
I just
I can't. He's the dude from Friday Night Lights.
yeah.
I don't know why he was in the movie, but there was
liked
definitely
the
no
podcast,
emphasis put on the human story for sure.
Yeah,
like
it was
it was weird. It was crazy. A lot of the shit like made no sense. Like, why did they do certain things? How did they get into certain places? I mean, the fact that the freaking they like open up the hatch and they're like in the middle of like the fucking
like,
fighting
how the
arena.
hell
Like that shit was so corny.
How they get Kong
Yeah.
there? Oh, the one human element I liked was the little girl. That was dope. That he
Yeah, she was dope.
listens to
And
her.
she's
Yeah,
actually
that was
deaf,
dope.
you
That
know?
was dope.
That was probably the best part. And the podcast
she's
dude.
a deaf actor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I read that.
I like that the podcast guy
Yeah,
was from
he was good.
he's from Atlanta, the dude from
Yeah,
Atlanta.
he's
I like
dope.
him.
I
I
like
like
him.
them too. I like them too. I like that he was there. There were some good elements, but quite honestly, I don't think I put too much thought into
Nah,
character
it was
development.
Totally about Kong and Zilla and
right. Yeah,
their
I
fighting
didn't. I didn't
scenes
really
were
give a
fucking
shit
off the
about.
hook.
Like it was good to have some sort of background and some characters in there and like some storyline actually going forward. But my excitement really came with
The monsters.
with them fighting. Like when they fought in the middle of the ocean, like that was dope. That was a dope scene.
Word.
And
And it was
you know, they
early
went-
too.
Yeah, it was. That's exactly what I was thinking. Because I told the kids, because I watched it with my kids, and I told them I was like, oh yeah, like it's it's Godzilla versus Kong. It's gonna give us a story, and then they're gonna fight in the end. And then when they started fighting in the middle of the ocean, it was like, I thought you said it was gonna be at the end. I was like, I thought so too. Like we were watching it.
Those smart asses.
That's awesome.
So then they started going at it, and they were just like, "Oh, this is great," And then I like the callbacks too. Like right now online, you could see the when Godzilla and Kong back in the old days when they had the old show. Like he shoved like a tree down Godzilla's throat.
Okay,
and
yeah.
And then did that callback in the movie. Like that
He
was
shoved the
dope.
axe down his throat.
Yeah, exactly. And they had that
Nice.
whole shit. Like that was a callback to the original movies, and
That's dope.
that's what I enjoyed about it. Is like, yeah, there wasn't too much character development. There was a lot. There was enough. There was enough to get the movie going.
Yeah.
And the whole thing with like showing where they came from, like I thought that was dope.
Yeah, for
and
real.
that journey into the center of the earth kind of thing.
yeah.
I thought that was really dope.
The Hollow Earth or whatever.
Yep, the Hollow
The
Earth.
scientist dude.
But I thought that they did very well with.
Eric Northman.
Yeah.
Yep. I thought that they did very well with taking it back to the roots where Godzilla movies were literally he's tearing shit up and they're fighting and they're knocking down buildings.
That's
and they
just
did that shit
Godzilla.
extremely well.
CGI
Yo, they
was great.
fucking- CGI was dope for those
the-
scenes. Like
Word.
The slime in their
extreme
mouth.
good detail. Yeah, the
It's
shit,
crazy.
the like when they would scream at each other and you would see their like Kong's hair as he was moving, like everything looked legit as a fuck. And then
His
with all
fingerprints.
the buildings lit in neon, and then you could see the lights like bouncing off of them. So you always knew where they were in the scene. It was just those fight scenes were fucking
Yeah, those
fire.
are the
but
best monster fight scenes I think I've seen in those movies.
Yeah.
For
Oh, for sure.
For
and
sure.
and remember we were talking about who was it? Let me see. What was it? Godzilla? Okay. Remember we were talking about that this was the first movie for the director. The director
yeah.
Oh, he
is
was young.
Adam Wingard is a very young director. He's more famous
Yep.
for VHS and a
Blair
couple.
Witch.
Yep, he
That
did
was
the
a great
Blair Witch
movie.
Blair
project,
Witch.
not the original. It was a newer one.
No.
I can't remember right now what they were giving him the what they were having him helm
Thundercats.
next. There we go. Was it Thundercats?
Yeah, he's doing Thundercats.
Okay.
VHS is really weird. That is a really weird movie.
Well, he directed it, and they gave him the opportunity to do this. But we were talking about, I think it was either last week or the week before, was Thundercats. They gave him the Thundercats movie,
What's Thundercats?
and we didn't know how this was going to perform, like how this movie
People don't know what Thundercats
was going to do.
is.
Yeah, you don't know what Thundercats is. It was an old
80s
cartoon.
cartoon.
Yeah, 80s cartoon,
Oh,
comic
I've
book
seen
style.
this dude before.
He's seen this dude. He's talking about Lionel.
Lionel.
Yeah, fuck you. So now he's gonna be directing the new Thundercats movie, and I'm excited for it now.
I thought looking at this movie, like a lot of his choices were great, like the different camera angles and stuff. And I seen a couple YouTube videos where they were highlighting like different like ways of how like in certain parts you get like the human aspect, because you could see like how giant it looks, like you're there, you can see how giant these two people are. But then when it comes to like them fighting, the camera pans out so you
Yeah.
could see them actually like, like in a boxing match type shit.
Yep.
And then when Godzilla like shoots his atomic breath up
beam.
into the sky, it pans out really far, so you could just see exactly how massive
the scale
it
of
is.
it.
So it made me appreciate a little bit more his direction of the movie. I'm like, yeah, this. I definitely I'm looking forward to see him do another movie that will probably have a lot of CGI as well.
Yeah, and see, I love when they give these directors who gain some notoriety with these smaller films,
Indie movies.
Yeah, like these indie movies, these smaller films that that we don't really know too much about, and they give them the okay to run with something like this and let their imagination run wild.
Yep.
You know, and now they already gave them the rights to Thundercats, because obviously, you know, a lot of these people they get to see these movies. It's like, hey, before I make this decision, let me see that Godzilla versus Kong movie, and they give them, you know, so they get that little one up, and I love it, man.
Did good.
Especially with like Taika and like thinking of the chances that they've taken with these directors, and like Taika with Thor and
Right.
and like what, there's so many examples that you can possibly come up with, and giving them the rights to these movies,
Big budget movies.
yeah, without any really big budget,
Or like
you know,
the kid that
credentials.
did Skull Island.
Oh yeah, that movie was good.
He got a huge, like, I think he got a series, right? Didn't he get like a Star Wars movie or some shit like that?
Who
He
did
got
Skull
something
Island?
big. Jordan Vogt Roberts. And he did let's see. He's got some big shit coming out. Jordan Vogt Roberts.
Oh, it's
he used to
something.
have that big
He's
ass.
doing something big now.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
he's
got Metal Gear Solid.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's gonna be a dope movie. That
Yeah,
game
and
is wavy.
Kong Skull Island was dope.
Yeah. That was my favorite one before the one was Kong versus Godzilla. Was that the last monster movie they're gonna make?
I don't think it's the last monster movie, especially like now that it's.
I don't know.
It's-
The way they ended it seemed
no
like it
post-credit
would be.
scene.
Yeah. There
thought it
was there a
was.
post-credit scene?
No, it
Was there?
wasn't.
I don't think
I waited the whole
don't
thing.
I
think there
didn't
was,
stay
yeah.
around for that. No, I didn't stay around for that.
I don't think there was. So yeah, that might be the last one.
Oh, that makes me sad a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't think it's gonna be the last one though. I really don't think if it made this much, like if it made this much of a buzz and
and
it
they
made
made
some
money,
good movie,
yeah.
it's not.
It's
We
the-
know
I mean,
Hollywood.
Not
They're
a lot of movie, but it made the most amount of money that any movie has made since the pandemic started.
I heard of guys like, yes, I haven't seen it yet because my girl wants to watch it. Like,
Wow.
it's one of the movies.
Okay.
It's one of these movies that are just that are coming out after this pandemic. Quite honestly, I would not be surprised if we get another one. And I cannot wait for this Metal Gear Solid
Yeah, that
with
looks
Oscar
crazy.
Isaac. Oscar Isaac is
That's gonna be sick.
I have my reservations, quite honestly, with Oscar Isaac as Solid Snake, but he's such a good actor that I'm. It's more his voice.
Yeah,
Like I remember Solid
that
Snake's
guy.
voice being like
I
deep.
bet you Oscar Isaac pulls it off.
I bet you he does too. I bet you he does
Isn't that
too.
the dude that played
see.
Freddie Mercury?
Who?
Freddie
No.
Mercury?
That's not Freddie Mercury. He was
Oh
in-
no, he
yeah,
was in
yeah,
Star Wars. Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
No, that's
this,
Rami
is,
Malek.
this is Rami Malek.
Yeah.
Rami Malek. I fuck with Rami Malek.
Yeah, he's a great actor. Didn't he? win an
I
Oscar?
don't know.
I don't think he
did. He did Freddie Mercury good, I would say. But
I think he does whatever roles
outside
he
of
does
that-
as well.
everything else I see, like,
He's just an awkward
feels-
dude.
yeah, he's so awkward that, like,
He just
I
looks like
really
Freddie
liked him
Mercury.
in Mr. Robot because that's
Because that's the
what
character.
he
It's an
was.
awkward
It
character.
was like an awkward, weird dude that ends up having fucking a mental disorder.
Got that
But-
Tobey Maguire syndrome.
Yeah, like outside of that, I every time I see it, like in The Little Things, is that what it was?
Yeah.
That HBO movie. It was like I don't know.
It was okay.
I didn't like him in that role.
Tenet was good. You watched that one?
Yeah,
Tenet was good. Yeah.
Yeah, Tenet was good.
Tenet was great.
He's not in that though.
I know. I just thought of that movie. That movie was great.
Very random. Very
Yeah.
random. We're not that random here, buddy. Okay.
No, because I remember seeing the trailer for Little Things and then Tenet.
You're right. This
Yeah.
is like HBO
Yeah.
Max and HBO Max. Hey, did you see the flight attendant? That was all right.
It was an all right series. I did see
I
that.
can't believe it got nominated for so many shit. I'm actually
What?
kind of upset about that. Like Kaylee Cuoco was fucking nominated,
Yeah, I just seen that.
and flight attendant was
playing
nominated.
Kaylee
I'm like, for
Cuoco?
what? Like, yeah,
She played Kaylee Cuoco.
yeah.
Like it was literally the same role that I
think it was
saw
that
her
good
play.
at all.
I don't know
still haven't
anything.
finished it.
I don't know that. No, I did finish it, but she played the character that she played in there was exactly the same character that she played in Big Bang Theory.
Yeah,
Exactly. Like there's no difference except she was drunk. That was the biggest hang up. She was drunk the whole time.
yeah.
All right, so all right, let's move. Do you have anything to bring up before we get into some
Just-
spoiler alerts?
Just one more thing. Since you're a Batman fan, I want to know what's your opinion on Robert Pattinson.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
You like him
Yeah.
as a? I
I'm
don't.
looking forward to it.
I don't really.
I wasn't until I seen the trailer.
Yeah,
Now
fact. I was just
now
gonna
I
say
am.
that. I was just gonna say that.
So we know now that movie was supposed to be the Ben Affleck Deathstroke Batman versus Batman movie, and
that
then
was the money.
I remember back when we first started, we were talking about how Ben
Yeah.
Affleck backed out of that movie. They couldn't come to
Agreement, right?
to an agreement and whatnot, and then it went to Matt Reeves, which is now we're getting the Batman with Matt Reeves and Rob Pattinson.
Hopefully it's good.
I think it's going to be really good. It's now we've known for some reason they're making big news now, saying this is going to be on Earth too, but they said that shit months and
long.
months
Yeah.
and months ago. So I don't know why they're bringing that back out as if it's some sort of
I was wondering
big
that
news.
too.
But no, it's I'm interested in this Batman. The reason why
different.
I'm looking forward to it is we always get the tech savvy Batman, the real gadgets heavy whatever. This is based on the detective series of
Like that.
Batman. So we're going to get the Sherlock Holmes version of Batman where he's more of a detective trying to figure out who this is, what's going on. Like what he's dealing with, on top of beating motherfuckers to a pulp, because that what we got from the trailer. We're getting more of that
Detective work.
background detective work that Batman, and we're
like that.
bypassing the
Origin story.
the origin story. We know
Right.
this is year 2 of him being Batman.
Yeah,
He's a
So that's
rookie.
already dope. And we're getting a Gotham series out of that. The Gotham series is year 1. Remember that? Is that what
Really?
they
I
said?
believe so. Yep.
Yep. It's going to be on HBO Max. It's going to be a Gotham
that's
series.
gonna be
Gotham.
crazy.
I think it's Gotham PD.
Gotham PD. So it's going to be
Yeah.
In the same
revolved
universe?
around. It's the same universe, but it's the first year. It's
He was Batman.
the story is going to revolve around the police department the first year that he was Batman, and then the movie is taking place
Yeah.
the
It's
second
more
year
about the,
of him as Batman.
What's
That's
his
way
cop
be-
buddy's friend?
Gordon.
Yeah, it's about
Commissioner
Gordon. Yeah, it's about Gordon. I think like either his come up or his first year as commissioner or whatever. So it's more about the cops in the police department with occasional Batman spottings.
That's good. The suit looks
And it's
dope.
all going to be together.
The suit
Yeah,
looks
the
dope.
the
Yeah,
bat
the suit
symbol
looks
is
dope.
made from the gun that killed his parents.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yo, that's crazy. Well, that's the origin story right there.
Yeah, and it's dope, and I like where he's taking it. You know, he's not a big buff Batman. You know, again,
didn't like that.
I mean, he could have got a little bit bigger, but
he could have.
I'm all right.
He could have, but it's like he's still early on where it passes. You know, like later on he gets whatever. I'm giving him the benefit.
Christian
of the
Bale wasn't
pretty
like buff or anything. You know,
right?
No, he was. And Batman Begins, he
wasn't like buff though.
Yeah.
He wasn't like
He wasn't like Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck
like Ben Affleck
he
was like
went stupid.
yeah.
and I don't even think that was all Ben Affleck. I think that was mainly costume.
Really?
Like I mean, he got buff. He got buff, but
Sure.
He did come off as more of a.
But he's
fat
just
Batman.
a bigger dude. He's a bigger dude.
Right.
I think Robert Pattinson could have weighted up to where Christian Bale is.
Right.
But
yeah.
You don't have to. It's cool.
I like the Ben Affleck Bruce Wayne. I liked his Bruce Wayne, but I didn't really like his Batman.
For me, I think
Bruce,
he's
agreed. 100% agreed.
Yeah,
Bruce Wayne, not Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, Rob Pattinson's like this next one. It's not like the Batman looks like it's gonna be dope. What my concerns are, the Bruce Wayne aspect of him being, and he looks like he's because it's year 2, he's way more tortured.
Emo.
Than he's very very emo. He's still very emotional. Of a Batman, and he's trying to figure all this shit out. I love the character so much that I'm giving it I really want it to work. And the first trailer was so dope and so off the wall that I enjoyed it. That I'm looking forward to it. I am.
Yeah.
And I want to give Rob Pattinson the benefit of the doubt.
He's a good actor.
Because people are giving him shit from his Twilight years, and like it's like,
come on,
that shit was a long fucking time ago. And if you were trying to become an actor and they gave you the head of a series,
right?
I don't care what you say, you would have taken that shit.
I would have took it.
You would have ran with that shit. You would have had little fucking diamond glitter all over you, pale, whatever. You would have done it. I don't care who you are.
I would have did.
Like fuck you, you know, like whatever.
Damn.
If you want to be that critical, it really comes down to that. You would have done this shit if you were in his shoes. You would have taken that role, and you would have been smiling with a fucking paycheck, doing 6 movies, whatever, and then continued on with your life like he did. So
absolutely,
I like the Riddler as a villain. That's gonna
be
really cool.
That's gonna be dope.
Perfect choice.
That's gonna be dope
for that type of
the biggest
movie.
The biggest thing for Batman that I am hoping for is in the Flashpoint series that we get a Batman Beyond.
Please look at him right there. That's my favorite Batman.
That's what reminded me.
Yeah.
So it's like if we get a Batman Beyond from the Flashpoint series, that would be great. Michael Keaton, since he is confirmed as Batman in this Flashpoint series, it would be a complete waste of him coming back if they don't do Batman Beyond and have him as.
I hope they do it.
At least for a few minutes. Like it doesn't have to
It's not even a few minutes. I'm talking about because in Batman Beyond, obviously, the old Batman is the mentor to the new Batman. So to bring the 1989 Batman back into the Batman universe in a new role would be completely stupid to not have him be the old Batman in a Batman Beyond movie. It would be pointless, completely pointless.
Yeah,
that's it. So that's my thoughts.
What if they bring him back, and in the Flashpoint, when they do bring him back, he is already the mentor to Batman Beyond?
I'd be okay with that.
But it's just the part of Flashpoint, and they don't do anything moving forward.
It would be a dope. It would be dope that they brought
like
in
it would
a
be
different
like a shout out type thing, and you know, and you get like good 5 to 10 minutes worth of time in that space.
It would be stupid on their part for them to do that. It would be stupid on their part to do that. Because people would lose their fucking minds for that. To see the Terry Batman and Michael Keaton to be the old Batman.
Yeah.
And just to be
But
like this one little
that's
scene.
why they would do it, to like make people lose their minds. Like, holy shit, look who it is. And then maybe, depending on the audience reaction, then maybe they decide to move forward.
Have we talked
But
about that?
I think they're waiting. I think they're waiting to see.
Yeah, probably.
If they
Have
do
we-
it, I hope they do it there.
Have we talked about that? That back when Chris Nolan was helmed to direct the new Batman movie, it was tossed in the air that they had it, that he was choosing
One of
whether
his
to
ideas,
do.
yeah.
Yeah, he was deciding whether to do Batman Begins or Batman Beyond,
Oh,
and he
imagine
went with Batman
Beyond.
Begins.
Imagine Batman Beyond.
Can you imagine
think he made a good
Chris
choice.
Nolan Batman Beyond though?
Best Batman movie
That
ever.
would be
probably.
dope.
That would have been dope. That would have been dope. But we can't really helm on that.
Will there
But
be
still,
another Joker?
what?
Will there be another Joker in this?
I think in
universe?
Batman Beyond, from the series that I remember, the Joker ended up coming back in some way
right?
or
Yeah, I remember
another.
that too.
And then and you know, there were like, it was like a gang of wannabe Jokers. It was like a crew, but then the Joker ended up coming back into the future somehow. I don't remember the storyline that much, but
I was referring to the Patterson verse.
oh no.
There's not gonna be a Joker, right?
Not in this movie, but I'm sure in the future.
Are
there
you
will
sure?
be.
Yeah. I think there might have been like some type of
Yeah,
Chris
like
Johnny
there-
Depp was gonna be the
something in the trailer.
they,
that made
they
it
had
seem like
rumors
there
for
might
years that he
be-
was going to be a. What'd you say, Johnny?
I said I think in the trailer it looked like there might be something talking about the Joker or making it seem
It's probably
like the Joker.
referenced.
Yeah, referenced.
In the future, there will be a Joker. It would just be stupid to bring him in again on the first movie.
Nah, no, don't do that.
Yeah, it's
First,
just
second
hard to have
movie is
Batman
like-
without Joker.
It really is. It really is. And the next Joker has to be well placed. It has to be a perfectly cast. Because now it's just becoming a thing where it's like it's being overdone now.
Yeah, you can definitely tell with the Snyder cut that Jared Leto was not meant to play Joker.
No,
In my
I
opinion.
honestly, in the Snyder cut, I liked him there.
I didn't like him.
I liked him in that scene. I want to see more of the nightmare of the like that nightmare series that they were supposed to come out with. Of anything else that comes out of the Snyderverse, I want them to do the nightmare series.
Yeah, that would be cool. would be dope.
Because them teaming up, even though they hate each other, them having to team up to come against Superman sounds like a really dope
They had a
movie
truce.
concept.
It could be dope.
It very well could be.
If it wasn't Jared Leto, in my opinion.
Even then, I would still, if that movie came out, I would still accept that it's Jared Leto.
I don't know why I don't like him. Like I really don't. I want to like
You're
him.
not alone. You
I
are
want
not
to like
alone.
him,
I'm
but
not
I don't know
arguing with
why.
you. I'm not arguing with you.
Yeah, I know.
I just liked him. I liked him much better in the few minutes that we got of the Joker in the Snyderverse, in this Justice League Snyder cut. That I would entertain this new movie with this version of the Joker. I feel like, and they've said it, that he's filmed so many scenes for Suicide Squad that they left on the cutting room floor.
Could be a movie, right?
That he can make a whole movie on Joker and Harley. And then that little scene, like showing that, he ended up, I don't think it's spoiler alert because it's all background shit. But yeah, then they confirmed that, okay, well, in the end, by that scene, he ended up killing her and Robin.
Oh,
to see that, I mean, we knew he killed Robin.
Yeah.
It was in Batman versus Superman or whatever.
It was a
But we knew that, but it was now confirmed that he killed Harley in that same universe by the time they got to that scene that we saw in the Snyder cut.
Right.
And seeing all of that, like, now I'm interested enough to see what he would do with that. And that particular part of time. Not all that mob boss, all that bullshit that went on. I want to see all that shit in the dystopian world. You know what I mean? Where Superman is
just
the villain, is now the villain, and they're sneaking into this town to try to take down Superman, and they have to team up together to take him down. I want to see that.
Yo, that would be so crazy. They made it seem like Superman killed them though in that ending. Like he just smoked them.
No, we don't know, and I want to see it. I want to see it.
Yeah.
I want to see it.
Well, remember, because they also made it seem like there's multiple versions of that. That was just one version of it, because Flash keeps going backwards in time to change different shit. So there's different nightmare scenes. We can get another nightmare movie that Superman don't kill him that time.
Right. So, all right. Do we want to go into the spoiler alert segment?
Yeah, I think
it's time. I just feel so out of place with without my guy Dave over here.
Say that.
This is the first episode that Dave had to walk out mid episode. Right. I'm gonna give him so much shit about it.
It's probably
fucking Blazer Ramon. But anywho,
I hope Cliff is okay.
Yes, I hope everybody's okay. But
spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert segment. So, to any of the viewers that don't know what that means we are about to go into the spoiler alert segment of our episode. If you are not caught up with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, are we bringing anything up in this point? Are you going to be talking about Invincible as well?
If we have time,
mainly Falcon and Winter Soldier, and anything else that we decide that might be spoiler cutish. If you have not been caught up with Falcon and Winter Soldier specifically, then I will tell you right now to fall back and then catch up with us at a later time and come back, and then we can discuss this further. All right. So we love you. Remember to rate, review, subscribe, have your friends check us out at Insensitive Culture all over the board. YouTube, every other platform, IG, Facebook, wherever the hell you want. And now, let's discuss. So Falcon and Winter Soldier, episode 3. Jonni, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I just continue to be
cautious,
further interested in the story. You know, like
you seem the most cautious on it, really.
I'm not saying like it's bad. I think I said it last week. It's not as enthralling. I'm not
engaging,
as deep engaged into the storyline. I'm here for the ride. It's like I've watched 3 40-minute movies. They're all good. They're all pushing the story along. I like seeing I'm trying to see really what Zemo's ultimate purpose and path and his game is trying to run. But I'm into it. You know, I'm here for it. I would love to finish the story. I will absolutely watch every week. Specifically, I'm trying to remember actually even what happened this week. I know we got more Zemo time. He tried to flip on.
Yeah.
We got more Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier came into action.
Winter Soldier
and
came
whooped some
back.
people's ass.
They actually the biggest thing that happened in this week's episode, I think, had to be the fact that they visited. Obviously, they freed Zemo, and they had to go back to him.
Wakandan warrior showed up at the end.
Oh yeah.
Right. But the biggest thing that people are really going out of their minds about is the fact that they what was it that they
They went to
X-Men
Madripoor.
Island.
Madripoor.
Yeah.
They visited Madripoor, and Madripoor was the first connection that they had with it being connected to the mutants. Because in Madripoor was a place that Wolverine frequented, and some people even noticed. I guess when he came up to the area where or with the bouncer or whatever, there was an X like clearly labeled in the background. There was a couple places where there was a faint X in the background where you wouldn't really notice it unless you were kind of looking for it.
There's one on the door.
But that was the biggest thing, is just like everyone is saying like, whoa,
Interesting.
this is the first time that something directly connected with the X-Men and the X-Men universe has been brought into the MCU.
Right.
And that's why people are super excited. Also, Peggy Carter's granddaughter. What was her name?
Oh yeah.
I forgot.
I kept wanting to say, yes, Susan Carter. I kept wanting to say Aaron Carter. I'm like, no, that's not it. That is not it. And then Susan Carter coming back after we found out that she was also exiled and made enemy of the state with everyone else when all of this happened. Even though all of them were able to go back to normal lives, she's
Right.
still fighting the fight out here and chilling like out here, like not being able to go back to the U.S. So that was pretty
Right.
cool of a realization there, and seeing
You
her
think
come
she's
back.
working for the power broker?
I mean, it's a possibility because
Low-key.
right
She
at
said
the
something at the end.
Yeah.
When she
yeah.
was running away, she got on the phone and she was like, "We got a problem, actually two or something like that."
She
Yep.
could have been talking about Zemos though.
Could
mean,
been, yeah,
she
I
could have
mean,
been talking about
could be
Zemo,
one of the
but-
problems, but the other problem could be the fact that whole place blew up, and that's where they had the serum.
Right.
Did she know about the new cap?
I mean, I'm sure she does.
I don't know.
That's like worldly news, I would think.
It could be.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Like they wouldn't keep that a secret. Like how are they keeping that a secret, but they have a whole fucking world press conference where he's just like showing up with his shield and shit. Like that's not
I don't
gonna
like
be-
that dude. There's something.
Nobody
off with
fucking
him.
likes that dude. Get
There's
the
something
fuck out of
off with
here.
him.
Nobody
I
likes
felt
him.
sorry for him for like
But that is a
5
good point.
minutes.
Yeah.
That is a good point, though. However, in this episode, I started noticing that he is succumbing a little bit more to his ego.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Yeah.
coming in. He's coming into his ego. I like a post, even though it was meant to be kind of funny. I think Rocco put something up about what Captain America represented and what America represents. And that's why Captain America became an enemy, was because he went for what's right no matter what. But in this case, this Captain America is made to follow orders. So
Right.
this Captain America is the Captain America that America wanted, that America like really
Created.
wanted, like and wanted to create. However, we had Captain Rogers, we had Steve Rogers, who did what was right at all times.
Right.
And now we're getting a Captain America that follows orders.
Yep.
And
Yeah, he's a
and
military dude.
not only that, but I don't know. There's also some thoughts going around that either A, he already had the serum, I don't think that that's true because he got his ass kicked
this week. Yeah,
he got his ass kicked on that on the train. However, now that it's a possibility that he knows that the serum is out there because of his ego and because of everything that's going on, and he wants to be Captain America so bad, I think it's gonna go to the route where
do it.
he tries to do it himself, and that's where he becomes the enemy. We're gonna see a showdown between Sam, Winter Soldier, and the new Captain America go down because
we've already seen in the original trailer Sam throwing the fucking shield against the tree, and then what's his face catching it. So at some point they get the shield.
They do. I'm just thinking that I'm just saying, like right now, that's what it's building up to be. It's like you can, and that's going to be.
That's what I'm saying.
The major premise of this season is Sam gave up the shield because he felt like he wasn't worthy in the beginning, and the story is going to get to the point where it's like it's seeing what everyone else does and him realizing how worthy he is for that role.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's what we're building up here.
We're halfway through, right?
Yep,
only
we're
6
halfway
episodes?
Through. Yep.
Wait, how many episodes
It's
are there?
it's only 6 episodes.
6 episodes.
Oh, it's not gonna be as long as WandaVision.
No.
Well,
WandaVision was only 30 minutes, and then towards the end it started.
Oh yeah.
Last couple episodes were around the 45-minute, but these have been strictly about 45 minutes. Yeah, so
42,
I like that about these.
43.
They're like half movies.
Yeah. So that's why it's enjoyable. We can stay entertained by this. But I just like the way that it's going. I like the thought. I like that whole path. And quite honestly, I'm enjoying it. I agree with you, correct? Like 100%. Where I feel like it's just not as engaging as the other shows. And then after seeing this Loki trailer, the second Loki trailer,
right?
Like, fuck, I can't wait for that show to start. I cannot wait for that.
That's gonna be such a different level of show.
Yes,
it's unfair that they're all on Disney Plus because the Loki shit is seemingly, from the few seconds of the trailer that I saw, looks like a real fucking movie, man.
Yeah.
A real buddy cop movie that is just gonna blow. It's just, I don't know.
What's it gonna be about?
It seems to be about the timekeepers. Yeah, watch the second trailer. It's about basically
because Loki
fucked up and messed up the time zone, and they're trying to put all the the lines, the tangents. They got to put them back in order and shit. So I think he's gonna be bouncing around into different stories and different time zones. It's basically like multiverse-ish.
Bruh, that is why I needed this one right here. This Funko Pop right here of Loki with the Tesseract.
Oh shit, that's fire.
Nice.
I needed this one.
Absolutely.
This was one that
was the cop.
Yo, because I feel like this show is going to be key, and this was the major point of that storyline. The second he did that, the timekeepers took him and was like, "Hey, this is where you fucked up. This is where you fucked up time, and this is what we're doing." And that's exactly what's going to be this entire series. And quite honestly, it looked dope from the initial trailer that we got, and it looked great. It looked amazing. The second trailer, and I try to be like you, like right now, where you're trying to avoid trailers. But this second trailer, I was like, oh, I have an understanding of what is going on in this show, and I couldn't be more excited about it. I don't feel like anything was spoiled to me. I just feel like, oh, okay, now I have an understanding. This is like, I'm much more excited than
I honestly,
before. And I was
when they
super
first
excited
announced that they were gonna do a Loki show, like before there was any trailers at all, and no teasers or nothing. When they just said Loki, I was like, meh.
Me too.
I was not into that at all. I was like, I don't care to see the Loki
I never
story.
liked
Like
Loki.
he's a good character, but yeah, I never liked him. Like it was like it. I honestly forgot that it was Tom Hiddleston for a while until I think it was till like halfway through the second movie. I was like, oh shit, I forget that this is fucking Tom Hiddleston, who
He's
I
a
like
great
as an actor, but it was just like I never cared for the Loki character. So when I seen that they were gonna do the movie based off of how he transported away, I was not very interested. But then when they showed that first like sizzle reel, I think it was, and they showed like scenes of all the Disney Marvel shows coming out, that's when I was like, oh shit, that Loki shit looked like it might be all right. It might be kind of fire.
That's actually
and I
the
see
most
they're gonna pick up right
anticipated
from
of
that
all.
spot, and it looked like it was gonna be the better one of all of them. And then I thought after that would be Falcon Winter Soldier, because it was gonna be a little bit more action. And then WandaVision, I really had zero interest, even from that trailer. Afterwards, obviously, I thought WandaVision was fucking great. Falcon Winter Soldier so far is really good, and I think this Loki shit is gonna blow everything out of the water.
See, and that is what interested me, because early on, I felt that Loki was the number one show everybody was looking forward to. Even though I knew nothing about WandaVision, everybody was really talking about it, how it was going to revolutionize TV series and how it was going to be. And I felt like it was Falcon and Winter Soldier. It was surprising to me that no one really felt like it seemed like no one really gave a fuck about Falcon Winter Soldier.
Because of WandaVision, I believe.
Well, Falcon Winter Soldier, WandaVision, nobody knew what it was. However, it seemed like it was something that was like cutting edge. And that's what they've been saying all along. There was a lot of talk about it. And it feels like there was never any real buzz around Falcon Winter Soldier.
They probably got some shit lurking about.
I mean, I'm enjoying this season. Yes, like the storyline, it feels like more of the movies. It's not like really like crazy, oh my God,
Different
every
type of
episode
shit.
is like mind-blowing type shit. No, but I'm getting to know the characters, which is great to me. Which both of these characters I really didn't give a fuck about prior.
Right.
Really?
But I'm getting to know them a little bit more personally, which is dope. I knew that this whole series was going to be action packed, which is what we're getting. We're getting a lot of action in there. You know what I mean? And we're getting some of the storyline, getting through it. We're getting through all of it. Has anything been mind blowing? Not necessarily. However, I am entertained.
The one thing that mind blow me is the Zemo. They completely, like, you know how Black Panther got his revenge with Zemo's being in jail. It completely like takes that away by bringing him out. You know what I mean?
Right, but then right at the end, we have the second in command of the Wakandan army showing up to Bucky, saying, "Hey." She was like, "Oh, he was. What was it that he said at the end? What was it that he said to her?
I don't remember.
He said something along the lines of, "Oh, like so, like." Essentially, she showed up and was just like,
I think he said
"We know what you're doing," and it's just like, "Oh shit, okay."
Yeah.
Because
we
they
gotta
know.
get this motherfucker back.
Yeah,
and
because they
said
know what he's doing.
Sam said it earlier in the episode. He said Wakanda's not going to let you take this guy out of fucking jail. They're not going to let that stand.
Nope. And then right at the end of the episode, what happens? She shows up. She is the second in command of their army. And she is like, what the fuck is good? What's up with this?
Like, we about to get this boy right back.
Right. Like, what are we doing? So I can't wait for the next episode. And do we have anything else to add to this?
One more thing for me.
What's up?
When I heard Flag Smashers, I thought that was so corny.
That is very
That's
corny.
a very corny name.
That is a very corny a name for.
I think that's the name of an actual character in a Marvel comic. I think
I thought it was a joke at first.
a villain is named the Flag Smasher, and so that's where they got the name from.
I legit thought it was a joke at first. Like I thought they were joking about it.
You have to look back at the days when comic books were the thing, right? It was a lot of hokey, 60s, 70s, 80s, like when these things actually like developed. It was a lot of over the top bullshit type of names and stuff like that. And they're I always chalk that up to, okay, it's something in the comics that they're paying homage to. So it didn't bother me that it was like the Flag Smashers. Like I figured it was something that had to do with the comics, so it didn't really bother me.
After a while, it didn't. But at first, it was, I
I get it.
That's why Sam made that joke. He was like, what did he say? He was like, so is that the new thing? Like bad guys choosing bad names or something like that?
Yeah. They made a joke about it, so I thought that was fun. That was pretty funny. But no, man, I'm looking forward to next week. And we're getting some good content. I'm so happy to see Marvel just pick right back the fuck up where they left off, and that new Loki trailer. Like every single time we think like it's about to where they're gonna peak. They're gonna peak, and then we see something else, and it's just like even the trailer for the latest trailer for Black Widow.
Oh yeah.
I'm all in. I really think that there is something that this is why they keep pushing it out. I really think there is something in that movie, whether it's her family who comes in afterward to take over or some shit. There is something in that movie that is essential to the rest of this next phase. And that's the reason why they keep pushing it out. I don't know if that's true, obviously, but that is my thought.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why they keep pushing that movie? That movie looks so awesome.
There's something there that is that is essential to this next phase, and that is my thought for this. And I look forward to it when it comes out. I will definitely watch it. I will be excited to watch it. And no, I do not feel like they should just release it for free because it's been pushed so fucking far. Like some of my comrades think that it should be just given to the public, even though they spent millions of dollars on making this movie.
Right.
I think it is going to
they gotta
be.
make their money back.
I get it. She's dead. We know her overall story, but there is something in her past that is going to be brought to the present that we need to pay attention to. So
isn't there a Captain America in that one? There's like a
no. It's her father is like what's the Russian version of Captain America?
I don't know.
Yeah,
let's see.
Captain Comrade.
Oh, I think
whatever.
it is Captain Comrade.
Something like that. Yeah.
I just pulled that right out of my ass.
Captain Communist.
All right. So if there's nothing else that we can add to it, guys, thank you for staying through this whole episode of Insensitive Culture. We've had to dodge obstacles and dealing with a whole lot of ambiguity. So we appreciate you staying so far along. Please have your friends rate, review, subscribe to our YouTube channel, to everywhere that you can. If you listen to us on an audio format, specifically on Apple Podcasts, please rate, review, subscribe on there. And shout out to our network, DFAT Entertainment. Check out all of their shows. DFAT. Check out all of their shows. Check out everything. They are completely filled with nerd knowledge. They know everything about everything that has to do with comics.
Yeah, we just talk shit. They actually know it.
Correct. We talk a lot of shit. You love the shit that we talk, but if you want to know the actual shit that goes on in these comics, tune into any one of their shows because they're going to be a lot more knowledgeable than we are. But other than that, we love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Dave, we miss you. And peace.
Peace.
Peace. That was dope.